Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge is basically taking away their defense?
Am I the only person in the world talking about attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline?
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge is basically taking away their defense?
Taking away their defense.
Like, am I in crazy? 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 Like, am I in crazy?
Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Talking about attacking the timeline.
What's the strategy today?
Winning.
Winning.
Whose motherfucking hair is that?
What's the strategy today?
Winning.
Winning.
The consensus has been challenge the timeline of the murders. Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Y'all, what the fuck are we doing here? How we doing, y'all? Good to see you again. I hope everybody got some lunch. Has anybody looked up any updates? Say hi to everybody. Hi, Susan Skinner. You're dying to hear Angela's reaction. Hi, Riva. Mandy. Braun. Pebbles, hello. Hi, Judge Jessica. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Fluffy Bunny. Hey, BGOG. Hi, Ems. Hey, Sweet Lou. Hello, Lana. Kat is here. Volume at max. What an absolute shit show, says Sleuths Investigates. Did you hear anything about playing the video? Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Hey, Fiend. What the fuck? Hello, Elena. Hello, Jayo. Hello, Royal Wheat. What the fuck is going on? Hello. Hello, Judy. Hello, Pop Tardy, Lara. Dead City Rats, thank you for the time and effort you put into discussing this madness. Much appreciation. I appreciate y'all. We need each other. Okay. All right. So we're going to watch Hidden True Crimes update. I don't want to watch the whole thing. Actually, maybe we don't even need to watch the update, I don't think. Basically, what has been shared is that the Bridge Guy video was viewed in the courtroom. It was shown to the jury in the courtroom. It was played one time. Just one time. It was not quite 40 seconds, so it seems there's a couple seconds missing, or maybe they just estimated wrong. I don't know. I'm assuming we'll learn more about that. Bridge Guy, the Hidden True Crime reports that she did not even see Bridge Guy in the video because he was so far away from the girls who were, it looked like Abby was maybe aware, maybe not aware that Libby was filming her, just kind of having innocent, fun friend time on the bridge. Something is uttered by one of the girls at the end, something about like the trail lines here, there's no path. Should we go down here or should we go down this way? I'll get the exact quote in a minute. Don't come for me. But the Bridge Guy is so far away that he's barely perceptible. And then nobody except Max Lewis, and it's my fault because I had to go ahead and open my mouth earlier and say that Max Lewis is the only reporter right now that I like. I jinxed it because he said something about down the hill, but nobody else is reporting that they heard Bridge Guy or anyone else say down the hill. There's questions about whether or not there's maybe something is heard at the end, but there's no mention of gun. There's no mention of a weird guy. There's no sound of a gun being cocked or a bullet cycled through a round. So 2 out of the 3 versions of the PCA that Nick McClelland has offered the court in his prosecution of Richard Allen have been outright fucking bullshit lies. It would appear. More will be revealed. I'm gonna blow away in a second, y'all. It is hot AF where I am right now. So let's see what people are reporting from inside. I am like, hey, question, what the fuck? Hey, DB, almost called you BG. Nope. Man, I don't even like have the words, y'all. I just have a lot of questions. I'm sure that we'll hear more after, or maybe on a break. I don't know. But I'm wondering why the prosecutor found it appropriate to put in a probable cause affidavit something that's just factually untrue. It's concerning. Most notable so far today of the Delphi trial, about 35 seconds of video Libby took on her phone on the bridge that day was shown. You can hear one of the girls say, "No path going here, so we have to go down there." Then there is a sound, I believe was a man's voice at the end, but it's unclear what was spoken. Okay, so that's one report. Max Lewis, portion of Down the Hill video played in court. Roughly 35 to 40 seconds, not the whole thing. I don't know if that's if they've said it's not the whole thing, or if he's assuming that there's more, or maybe they just said 43 seconds and they were wrong. I don't know. Brian Bunner with ISP Digital Forensics Unit took the stand. DP. He extracted the video from Libby's phone in 2017. It's hard to hear, but we believe after you hear Guys Down the Hill, you hear one of the girls say, "That doesn't make any sense," but I'm expecting clarity. We're hoping to get some clarity this afternoon. There's some dispute about whether or not you can see Bridge Guy in the video. So you don't even see the Bridge Guy in the video. Maybe he would essentially be that far away. The jury asked 8 questions at the end. Of course, he's not going to show us. Who's this? Gigi. He's not going to show us or tell us what the questions were. Maybe somebody else will, but court resumes at 2. So they're back inside. Jury asked 8 questions. Did they ask them to play it again, I wonder? Yeah, they wanted the killer to think that they had... Sleuthy, this is exactly what I agree with you. I think this is a great point. All this time, they tried to make the killer think they had more evidence than they had in hopes of a confession. We caught your voice and image. She filmed you, all that trash. Crazy. Didn't even get Libby's mom say that her gun... No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe she was told that, but... What about girls, like in the opening statement? Well, if that was never heard, then I guess they could make it whatever they want it to be. Even if they get the enhanced audio, if he's not on it, then there's no way to know it was the same guy. More PCA lies. How do we know the guy on the bridge had any interaction with the girls? Doesn't the prosecutor say he can be seen and heard? A man is seen and heard saying "down the hill"? Did I hallucinate that? I'm pretty sure that he says that. Oh, God, this fucking case is trash. Well, maybe the rest is that they didn't show is a very clear video of Richard Allen saying "girls or guys down the hill." I think, like, I'm sure. So, Hidden True Crime said it didn't seem to think that they sounded afraid. They didn't sound nervous. She said they just sounded really young. And that was heartbreaking. And it is heartbreaking. Yeah, we can. What do you think we've been doing for 2 years? Was a defense motion in limine granted? I don't know. I don't think she's ruled on it. Not that the public knows of, at least. I would love to hear the jury questions. What will the girl do if the jury requests to visit the scene? Depends. She's going to have to weigh a couple things. They stopped it before the supposed gun and down the hill because Gull hasn't ruled on the defense's motion, and Nick doesn't want to play it without enhancements because they won't hear it. Okay, could be. So, but if the guy is so far away, yeah, that's a good thought. But then why wouldn't you just? Maybe that's a good thought, Raul. They made it seem like the guy's next to him. Yeah, they do. They make it seem like he is seen and heard confronting the girls because that's literally what they've said. Yeah. But Hidden True Crime did say it was the last video ever recorded on the phone. So maybe there's like 2 or 3 seconds more. Kind of like when the bridge guy was edited into the 5-year anniversary special for less than a second. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Just James. Welcome. So it's official. They have 0 evidence, right? Mm-hmm. I read BG was 50 plus feet away and only in the corner of the frame. Not sure how they even caught the audio. That's literally not kidnapping. The girls are the ones that said down the hill, down this way or down that way or whatever. It makes sense about the secrecy. They don't have a case. They'll do a pact with the devil to close this case and charge whoever. Jojo, best comment I've seen all day. They are the devil, though. That's the difference. These dudes, these men, these investigators are the literal devil. They're the devil. The girls are talking about finding a path down the hill before the man's voice says down the hill. Anyone else here? Anyone else a moron that, like me, that believe Leaker's explanation? A lot of people, I think, believe Leaker. Leaker is an internet cyber psychopath. They're very convincing. The jury would have decided on their own what they heard, and then tomorrow Nick will let them know what it is that you heard. We don't even know if the guy in the video killed anybody. Guys, the video can't be 100% fake. We can't be this far down the road with a fake video. I don't know, friend. Mistrial. I don't even want a mistrial. I want a fucking acquittal, and I want all of these motherfuckers. I want them all to just switch places. Switch places. Are they saying the video bridge guy was so far away it could not have been his voice? They haven't said yet. I think I don't know why they would. They literally took a break at like the pivotal moment, but they didn't say when they'd be done for the day. CJ Hoyt. No, let me pull it up. If anyone has any good news clips, either tag me on X would be probably preferable, or put them here in the... Is this the CJ Hoyt that goes on Reddit and pisses me off? Is that the same CJ Hoyt? Yes, well, of course it is. CJ Hoyt says, breaking, in exhibits in the Delphi case seen by media. Oh, okay, they're going to share the exhibits with us, guys, but only the ones that make Rick Allen look guilty. Don't worry. CJ Hoyt, are you even in the courtroom? In exhibits in the Delphi case seen by media was a handwritten letter from Richard Allen to Westville Correctional Warden, dated 3/3/23. Uh-oh. That says, I am ready to officially confess for killing Abby and Libby. I hope I get the opportunity to tell the families I'm sorry. Yeah, that sure sounds like a non-coerced confession to me. Are you fucking kidding? That's their confession? They were trying to kill this guy. I'm ready to confess to killing the girls. Honey, I committed the offenses as charged. Get fucked. I'm so tired of this. Hi, Tor. This majorly messes up the timeline because they were hooking the timeline around the Snapchat video. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that the video they showed? It said 213. So they can't say that Homeland Security extracted guys down the hill because all that came out before October 2019 when they turned it over to Homeland Security. Maybe guys came out. That's not a letter. That's not a confession. Are those the details only the killer would know? That sounds like me. That to me sounds like somebody who's desperate to die. That sounds like a man that's just ready to die. Sorry. I'm screaming already. Here's the BG video. Now let's take a lunch. What did Bob say? I'll pull up. I will go through the tweets. I just am screaming. I committed the offenses as charged. Yeah, he was tased in the hands. So this letter was written on 3/3, huh? Interesting. That's just where they're starting with. Only the killer would know that he would say that he did it. Okay, Sea King. That's not actually... No, he never told anybody that he was wearing the... Even before... Oh, so this was before he found God. Yeah, okay. Don't get too upset until we hear from people tonight. Don't forget the glitter. Thank you, Dr. NB. I am ready to confess to killing the girls. The details only the killer would know. Okay, back to Twitter, Angela. Relax. CJ Hoyt, kiss my ass. That's what I have to say about CJ Hoyt. I had a feeling it was that same... sorry. Wow. I hope that Nick goes home every night and types Delphi into his Twitter feed and just looks at what everybody's saying. Okay, Max reports you can hear him say... I don't know, did Max really report that? We just read it together. What do we think? Did he really say that you can hear BG saying down the hill? Because he's the only person I'm hearing say that. So I agree with, yeah, that would be damning. But the problem is that I knew that the girl's clothes were inverted before Richard Allen was arrested. We had heard about stick placements and the rune on the tree and the specific Ansus or whatever the fuck rune was on the tree in 2017. And when Rick Allen allegedly confessed to this, he had already been November, December, January, February, March. He was in 4 months to the day. He was in DOC in solitary confinement for 4 months to the day. IDOC policy says that no more than 30 days can somebody be held in solitary, especially if they have severe mental illness, which Richard Allen does have, by the way. So this is not going to do much to sway me at all. What details that only the killer would know? That only the killer would know. The police don't even know the details because they didn't investigate. Sounds like the key piece of evidence that they have been asking for all these years is a confession. Yeah. The missing piece of the puzzle that doesn't even fit. Tell us how you really feel about CJ Hoyt. CJ Hoyt can kiss my ass. Didn't he receive a discovery around that time? But I don't really think that... Oh my God. Yes, he has severe mental illness. Yes. And I imagine that that will come into... Details only the killer would know. I'm ready to confess to the charges, to the crimes as charged. This is so sad. Here's Yellow Jacket. Insane reports that coming out after that infamous 43-second video. Did we get trolled by ISP? Guys Down the Hill is not heard anywhere in the 43-second video. The state claims it's the last communication on Libby's phone. Some reports are claiming it may have cut off at the 40-second mark, so maybe it's still there. Victims were not scared. They were not intentionally recording a man in the distance because, yeah, who can't even be seen. The victims were playful and casually conversational, taking a quick video of Abby on the bridge. Abby can be heard saying something like, "There's no path or the trail ends. We can go down here." You never see Bridge Guy. There seems to be no confirmation that Bridge Guy closed in on them or that there was a confrontation. The defense is pushing for answers regarding a discrepancy in the videos, metadata, latitude, and longitude. Luke, if the Snapchat video doesn't contain the suspect, then the timeline has been thoroughly attacked. Holy. Michael has no words, y'all. Has that ever happened? Should someone check on him? Yes, check out our friend M's amazing aggregated Delphi Twitter feed. DB just linked it. Click on it. Go get it. It's all the updates. Yeah, no, he was in restricted housing unit. We know explicit details about what his confinement was like, and soon they're all going to see videos of it, and that's going to suck. And that's one day of court I would not want to be present for. Why would Alan write a letter to the courts about being indigent and needing attorneys, but then say I'm ready to confess? He suffers from severe depression, and we also don't know what else he suffers from because Dr. Wallen never did an evaluation, but we know that he was diagnosed with psychosis. Maybe he did the murders wearing body glitter. Maybe. Tell me what to say and I'll say it. Yeah, I'm ready to confess. I'm ready to get, you're killing me, let me die. He was already suicidal before this happened. He had complained about how he was being treated in Westville in December. And Randy Jones, Randy Bitchmade Jones, the Odinist with the face tat and the patch on his fucking uniform, was transferred and supervising Rick Allen's pod end of February. Interesting. I have questions. Bro. Major depressive disorder and PTSD, as far as we know. Why are Yellow Jackets, Tax, and Pins so sassy? I don't know, but they are. Yes, there were sticks put in a Rooney formation above a pile of a pool of blood at the crime scene. They were, yeah. Please check on Michael. According to experts who study this, any longer than 15 days in solitary can cause mental and physical illness. He was there for almost 2 years. Yep, 100%. Plea deal coming any day now, Royal We. I'm ready to do confess, please. Bitchmade Jones. Michael's searching gifts to add to his post that show head exploding. They have not seen his confinement conditions yet, and they will. That's all. They will. I hope that I don't, this is going to suck. That's all I'm going to say. This is going to suck. That's going to suck. Yeah, this happens a lot. I legitimately think the defense got blessed with a jury who seems genuinely interested in this case. They might see through the bullshit. 100%, Chris. I totally agree. I really do think so. I want to know what 8 questions the jury asked really badly. You know that Andrea and Lawyer Lee will have written them down. Check Kyla's Twitter. Going right now. Also of note, there's been some back and forth between people in the courtroom as to whether a man could be seen from afar in the video. The video was slowed down and screenshotted. In a few of those screenshots, testimony said you can see a man in the distance. Huh? I'm trying really hard not to be a bitch because I know they probably are doing their best. Like, it's not their individual fault that the judge is doing this, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just so annoyed. Yeah, so they did alter the video. They altered and zoomed in and screenshotted it. I'm waiting for the jury to ask Joe X why his face tat matches stick formations in the scene. That's funny. Randy Bitchmade Jones. If he didn't have it before, Rick definitely has complex PTSD now. I don't know what 2 years in solitary and being framed for a crime you didn't commit and being psychologically tortured and abused when you're already vulnerable mentally. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what recovery from that looks like, but Rick Allen's in court participating, taking notes, being respectful, making eye contact, and participating in his defense. So as far as I'm concerned, that man's a miracle. Oh God, I'm going to get clipped and clapped for saying that. But just in general, the resilience of the human brain is remarkable. So and you need to counsel Greeno. Yeah, I'd send a referral. Four screenshots were taken. Great. You think Gull will close door the trial? Kind of. I mean, I think she'd love to, but I don't think she will. Current running list of jury questions. The most recent questions have not been added yet. After the juror asked them. So the witness testified that he can see a man in the screenshots. After the juror asked them not to show them altered evidence. Wow. That's why the defense is grappling about the exact coordinates. I think there's a lot of reasons. Right. I don't give a fuck if they see a man in the distance. Show me that man is Rick Allen, and then show me that it is Rick Allen or even Bridge Guy who's talking on the video. Best video, worst gift. Chill, Ange. With Gold's desire for transparency, we'll get to judge the evidence ourselves soon enough. I can feel it. Jarrett, help. Check Mata note, Ange. Okay. Y'all are great. Y'all are just telling me where to go. Uh-huh. Oh, right. Bob Mata. Bob Mata. Bob's updates have been great. Bob, pat on the back for Bob, who said he never takes notes. I think I already read this, but I'll read it again. We finally saw this whole snap video off of Libby's phone. Morning session concluded. It began with ISP, CSI, Oli still on the stand under direct. The bulk of testimony was foundational. Second witness was ISP Lieutenant Brian Bunner. Never heard of any of these guys, by the way. He is the original digital forensic investigator who extracted Libby's phone on 2 occasions starting 2/15/2017. The phone was sent to Homeland Security for a third extraction October 2019. Interesting. Chris Cecil has extracted data from the phone post-2019 on multiple occasions and as recently as the summer of 2024. So this is definitely a Snapchat video? Did we know that? He's in motions? Okay. Yeah, I didn't recognize him. Interesting. I got so many questions. I hate bullies too, Laura. We didn't know it was Snapchat. Okay, interesting. Okay. The video was entered into evidence and viewed by the jury. It was 43 seconds long, but didn't feel like it. The man in the video is so far behind Abby, it's difficult to see him in the original video without enhancements. Unfortunately, it was only played one time by the state for the jury. On cross, the defense brought out a fact that the longitude and latitude of the video, according to the GPS, was at Memorial Park, not the Monon High Bridge. Weird, huh? More later. So Down the Hill is not on the Snapchat video, just like we heard years ago. On the original video without enhancements, I personally could not hear what was said, nor could I see Bridge Guy. This is what the jury saw. I assume the state will be putting on the digital forensic expert to get the enhanced video and sound in over the objection. So she's going to basically... As the male subject approaches victim 1 and 2, one of the victims mentions gun. Liar. So what is the sanction going to be for all of this? For what they've done? I'm so sick, man. Wrong bridge even. Could be. Is Barbara going to have to rename her podcast? That would suck. Fiend, you go, Fiend. Get in there. Get in there, Fiend. Ask your questions, Fiend. God. Love me some Fiend. Y'all, this is wild. Wow. If true, the social media jury mob is watching Nick McClelland's case disintegrate before its eyes. Oh, everyone want to hear what Coffin Daffer has to say? Trespassing Daffer, the Secret Service and the FBI have state-of-the-art technology when it comes to cell phone extraction and audio and video enhancement, but local law enforcement didn't use them, and they waited so long to go to DHS. Could the extraction have been improved? We will likely never know, unless the jury's hung. What does that mean? What does any of this mean? What are you talking about? They did enhance it, and it sucks. Man. No path going here. We have to go down there. There's a sound, I believe a man's voice, but it's unclear what is spoken. Coffin won't block me. She has someone who wants to stalk me, so she does it for her. Previously unseen video of Bridge Guy played for Delphi jury. Testimony. Oops, I froze. Man. Testimony continued. Tuesday in Delphi. I can't believe it's only Tuesday, y'all. Holy shit. The prosecution played for jurors a portion of the infamous Bridge Guy video. The 25-second clip. Y'all. Can't do this. So stupid. Was it 25 or 40 or 43? Lucy. No thanks. Sorry, y'all. I should have checked the chat and I should have. I don't know. This is the question that I most want answered, and Moment's version is 20 seconds. That's funny. He sped it up 2 times. DB, you're funny sometimes. How can he get there in 20 seconds from being unseeable in the video? Show the good boys tweet. Which good boys tweet? Maybe they have. I don't know. I said, did it sound like one of the girls said something like gun? Do you hear a gun cycle around on the video? Did the suspect on the bridge appear close enough to the girls to also be the source of the down the hill audio? Thank you for reporting. I don't want to say definitively anything on that quite yet. We'll likely hear more of the video. That's an incredibly confusing response. Thank you regardless. So far, we have, unseasonably warm disinformations. We have heard that the video they saw was 20 seconds, 25, 35, and 40, and 43. Oh. He has coke dealer hair. I think I can play it. I can do it. Right?
But the dude has coke dealer hair.
But the dude has coke dealer hair.
But the dude has coke dealer hair. Coke dealer hair.
Okay, bitch. Okay, bitch. Let's do a thing, shall we? So oh boy, so the Riddler done a misinformation unto us for all them years. DB, we've corrupted an entire community of folks. The Riddler done a misinformation, DB. When your FBI resume is SWAT, we know you didn't make it to the other field. Yeah. David, vote these bastards out, right? KO says, I'm ready to plea. Anyone else? 207, Libby took a Snapchat of Abby. 213, down the hill video recorded. 215, Rick Allen's cell phone shows him that he had completely left the area. Not guilty. 2 minutes. Free Richard Allen. Hi, Steve. I see your comment. Although I don't know if I think this is the first one I've seen today, but I can see it. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Good to see you. Pre-edited version of the video could have been akin to "Be careful, guys, if you go down the hill." Down the hole. I love when people say correction. I probably do it often. I don't know. Maybe I do. That's a great point, DV. Is this Snapchat or not? Unless this video was saved in the phone's temporary cache, it would have been taken off the server, not the phone. That's unless they saved it from the app as a video, but then the location data would be from where it was saved. How's my favorite YouTuber? I'm pretty good. I got a hot face this afternoon because I'm raging and it's also really hot here. But I'm doing okay other than that. Tonight, the opening for the next NBA season. I forgot about it completely. The case is eating my brain. You want to know what we know. One day you will. All-time freezing cold take from Carter. Gosh. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to traumatize y'all. Feels a bit like they lied in hope of obtaining a confession. And the state didn't want to show it to the jury today. I am dying to know what the jury asked them. Well, no, nothing yet. Today is not the day. I'm pissed I'm listening. I'm actually shaking at this point. Help. Oh my God. It's pretty good, cat. Pretty good. Michael is spiraling, y'all. He is spiraling.
She was, or the person was not clear on the color of the eyes, but the person said it was definitely not blue. She was the person was very obvious that it was not blue eyes, but they did mention that they were not clear on which color it was.
Oh. John Phillips, welcome, John. Nice to see you. Sounds to me like since the audio and video aren't connected to each other, it seems to me the prosecution has been trying to deceive us since the beginning. Did they have any eyes? And you should see someone left the following comment on WTHR's Twitter post about today. Just give the asshole the needle already. People are so dumb and they never dig into shit. He did such a good job not revealing the person's gender. He said she, the person. Hey, law nerd Amber. Me and Michael both. It's not fucking okay. That's more for Nick than anyone here. We know it's not okay. I haven't heard a single confession yet. Me either, young black economist. I've heard a man who says he was just dying to confess. He almost says it twice.
She was, or the person was not clear on the color of the eyes, but the person said it was definitely not.
Sometimes, sometimes I forget that there are people who don't know about the case who don't live in Carroll County, who don't operate like this. When something is shown to you and it placed before your eyes and ears, and it doesn't seem to make any fucking sense. What incentive do jurors have to convict an innocent person? They have no incentive to do that. And this is a good point. If the video didn't match the audio, how would they even have the elements to originally charge Alan? Because they lied in the PCA. They lied, and they do zero fact checking, zero vetting. And Doug Carter told us so. He said, guys, we need a DC rewind. Yeah, I have some really funny videos of Doug Carter. They're lying. Yeah, they are. I'll play you my favorite Doug Carter clip. Contentious cross-exam. Wouldn't it be nice if we could actually know that first? Like, how do I know it's contentious? I can't see it. I'm not there. I would love to see a contentious cross-exam. I'd love for somebody other than me to be contentious.
It could be the walk. It could be the swagger. It could be the hand in the pocket, the shirt tail. Maybe he always has that right shirt tail out of his pants. Maybe. Maybe it's the jacket that his son bought him for Christmas. It could be the walk. It could be the swagger. It could be the hand in the pocket, the shirt tail. Maybe he always has that right shirt tail out of his pants. Maybe. Maybe it's the jacket that his son bought him for Christmas.
Are you talking about the Flora one, DB? What neurodivergence does he have? That's a deep cut. Yeah, if you can find it, I'll play it, but... I don't know, y'all. I do have a really funny... Hold on. Forgot I sent you that. Yeah, no proof that the Bridge Guy video matches the voice. Doug Carter has such weird mannerisms. I remember one video he became very unhappy with the journalist for asking about evidence. Showed a side of him you can't see. I want to show the video where he's talking to Barbara and he looks like a creepy weirdo psychopath. He's like threatening her, essentially, is how I perceive it. I'm going to find it and I'm going to play it.
Time when you guys...
Oh, you know what? They should definitely send the video and she's that whole thing clear. So this might help clear some things up.
And you guys searched Mr. Logan's property, and Kim Riley was Kim's, and he was saying it was because things didn't add up. Are we still looking at Mr. Logan as possibly
at everything and all of it? Looking at all of it. We said when this happened we're going to start all over.
So you never cleared him, Mr. Logan.
Haven't cleared anybody.
Talk about the decision.
Awesome. You just arrested Rick Allen for the murders of Abby and Libby, and you just said, we haven't cleared anybody. That's odd. I have questions about that, Dougie. I got some questions. Got some motherfucking questions, y'all. Anyone else have any questions? I got some fucking questions. Sure, Doug. This guy sucks.
Please.
Oh God. I don't even like Doug or trauma. Did anyone ever find him to be endearing and genuine? Because I probably at one point did for a few minutes, you know? Probably did at one time before I knew anything. Nope. Yeah, here we go. I don't know which one this is.
Disregard the face, but look at the body, because anybody could identify a family member by looking at the body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm asking.
Can you tell the age of this man?
We can't.
You don't know, and not even a range.
I think a range would be speculative at this point in time. Obviously, a grown man.
Mm-hmm. Were there any eyewitnesses who actually saw him?
No, there were not.
Other than, obviously, the girls.
Right. Please disregard the face, but look at the body, because anybody could identify a family member by looking at the body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm asking.
Can you tell the age of this man?
We can't.
You don't know, and not even a range.
I think a range would be speculative at this point in time. Obviously, a grown man.
Mm-hmm. Were there any eyewitnesses who actually saw him?
No, there were not.
Other than, obviously, the girls.
Right.
Okay. That's interesting. So nobody saw him. Except, obviously, the girls. But is it obvious that the girls saw him? Here's a sketch of his face, but disregard his face. Someone just commented, like, let's take a minute to think about how badly these girls have been failed. And I can't emphasize that enough. I really can't. It's just insane. Confession, what? Oh, the all caps makes me nervous. The court allowed us to review evidence. Oh shit, y'all. I thought I was sharing this. I'm so sorry. Okay, a couple things. I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought that I was sharing it. This is not the actual image, but he copied, tried to recreate it, I guess. And I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I wish that
we review these documents. You could not photograph them, you could not take any pictures of them, but you could take notes and you could draw documents. And so I was able to draw one document that was very striking to me. This document is to the Indiana Department of Correction from Richard Allen. It was received back on March the 5th of 2023. And this document, as you take a closer look, Allen writes, and he signs this document in which he writes, "I am ready to officially confess to killing Abby and Libby." He goes on to write, as you can see, "I hope to get the opportunity to tell the families, I'm sorry. Again, this document is something I drew. Again, the image you just saw is a drawing of the actual original copy that is inside the courthouse. It is one of the exhibits by the prosecution. I did share my drawing with the judge overseeing the process here at Allen.
What a simp bitch. I did get permission from the judge before I shared it. I want to do something really quick though, because we do actually have Richard Allen's handwriting. So let's take a look. I know that that is not Richard Allen's handwriting. I recognize that. It's Raphael's rendition of it. He said, I did just show my drawing. Thank you, Raphael, for showing your drawing. You got the judge's permission. You showed us your drawing. It's a very nice drawing. We really like it. We appreciate your drawing. Jesus. These exhibits should be fucking public, y'all. These should be public. Why have we not heard about anything except for confessions from the exhibits? Why are we only fucking hearing about confessions? It was March 3rd, I believe, Jamie, from what we were told. 4 months to the day that Richard Allen has been rotting away in solitary confinement. 4 months to the day. Why are we only hearing about... We've heard from CJ Hoyt and Rafael Sanchez. They all agreed that they're going to talk about this letter, this confession. I'm actually glad that Rafael did that he wrote it down like that. It's the best, I guess, that we could do. And I clown on Rafael a lot because he's easy to clown on. But I think this is probably from a different day, Just Deb, is what I'm assuming. So this is what Rick Allen's, what the letter looks like. This is how it is. I like that he put drawing at the top right. This is what it looks like. What's this? What is this? What are these letters? This is opportunity. Okay, ready to officially confess killing Abby. Okay, this doesn't look too good. Well, maybe that's just how Rick Allen writes. Maybe he doesn't know how to write. Here's the problem with that. Rick Allen wrote a fine letter 4 months prior. In the clause listed above, he didn't chop his words up. He probably could have here. He didn't. Today's the day exhibits can be locked at 2 hours away during trial. Yeah, we're still waiting on the witness list that they were going to publish. Yeah, the day that we find out that the bridge guy video is not is suspect, they're making it about this weird confession. This has not been shown to the jury yet, I don't think. This isn't even an exhibit from today. Notice they're not talking about the bridge guy video. They want to talk about these confessions. This is fucking ridiculous.
Take a closer look. Allen writes, and he signs this document in which he writes, I am ready to officially confess to killing Abby and Libby. He goes on to write, as you can see, I hope to get the opportunity to tell the families I'm sorry. Again, this document is something I drew. Again, the image you just saw is a drawing of the actual original copy that is inside the courthouse. It is one of the exhibits by the prosecution. I did share my drawing with the judge overseeing the process here at Allen County, just to make sure she knew that I knew that I was following the rules. The defense will call that confession, like the others, a false confession. The defense, when it plans to introduce its evidence, will plan to be highly critical of the police investigation and, of course, of the evidence that the prosecution has now put on. In Fort Wayne, outside the Allen County Courthouse,
what do you mean,
Sanchez with the latest.
What do you mean, Kat? Is this the day that they're able to go look at exhibits or what? Oh, are these from the hearings? These are the exhibits from the hearings, y'all. Sorry. Do I think Judge Gold knew that they'd be talking about the bridge guy video when she said that they could view the exhibits from the hearing today? Sure. Yes, I do. Of course I do. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Because look at what we're hearing about. We're going to hear about all these exhibits. We're going to hear about all the confessions today. All of the confessions that were presented. I don't believe so, Dr. NB. And I'd like to see the actual exhibit, but obviously we can't because she's fucking bogarting the exhibits like a psycho. She knew I knew the rules. Yeah, I asked my mom first, and I showed her my drawing, and she really liked it, and she said I could share it. The judge would rather. This is what you just heard him admit. I told the judge that I was gonna recreate a piece of evidence that was submitted into the record. I'm going to do my own subjective recreation of that, and then I'm going to put it on my Twitter and present it as news. Judge Gold would rather Rafael Sanchez create a subjective replica of an exhibit in a double homicide case and disseminate it to the public as if it's evidence than actually show us the fucking evidence. I got her permission before I did this, and she said it was okay. That's fucked, Rafael. Y'all are fucked in the head. Fuck, I'm mad. A recreation of evidence from a public trial, a public exhibit that happened 3 months ago. Fuck. This is so fucking stupid, y'all. The dumbest shit ever of my life. I want to clap so hard, but I don't want to get blocked. I can't get blocked, y'all, then I'm useless. Okay, so this is interesting. I mean, I'm not going to get too attached to the tweet, Ange, tweet. You want me to tweet? You want me to clap? What are you trying to say, Fair Justice? Say it. Rafael Sanchez replicated evidence instead of the judge just fucking showing us evidence. Oh, okay, well that's not. So when they say that oh my God, I don't even know what to say. It's insane. It has to do with filler. That's probably a good idea. Dang, these people are terrified of goal. Yeah, they are. Drew a picture like a 5-year-old and then asked the judge if he did a good job. Abby says there's no path. They were going somewhere specific. I think they were meeting someone they met online and told them where to go, and she expected a path. If that drawing's accurate, it would prove to me Rick was not in his right mind. Yes, I know. He was writing it to the warden. Yeah, and his words are not linear. And we know that he's capable of writing proficiently. Don't go about Bogart that joint, my friend. Oh my God. Raphael, you fucking nerd. So it geo-locates at the Memorial Park. Is that the Libby and Abby Memorial Park? Or like, is there a memorial park in another memorial park? Yes, Keith, this would be one of their 61 exhibit confessions. Yeah. They consider that, well, because they're calling them incriminating statements. To think I care nothing about all 6 girls. I have not done all we can leaves without words. I feel duped too. I'll stay the course and let our system work itself out. Wait, Doug Carter said this to you? To think I care nothing about all 6 girls and have not done all we can leaves me without words. I feel duped too, but will stay the course and let our system of justice work. No other options. That's the email from Doug Carter. When did you get that? When did he send you that? What's he talking about? Why does he feel duped? Who duped him? Poor guy. Memorial Park is by the high school. Is it Riley Park? Is that what they're calling Memorial Park? Why not just call it Riley Park? May 21st of this year, Joe? What was he duped by? Can you give more context? You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's very interesting. I did that, David. Yep. Good thought. So we did that earlier. Here it is. This is his note from 2022. He wrote this on October 31st or November 1st, most likely October 31st, 2022. And then Rafael Sanchez. Oh, here we go. All right. The 4th day of testimony. Let's look at our after lunch update. Cross-examination. Oh, here. Okay. State second witness. Indiana State Police Lieutenant Brian Bunner, state forensic examiner who worked with ISP Digital Forensic Unit. Bunner explained the process of cell phone extraction to the court included retrieving the phone, manually examining and photographing the phone, extracting the data with tools by plugging it into a computer, putting the data into a different software, and then processing that data into a report. DB, I need DB to do a debunk later for some of this. I finally broke down and emailed him. Wow. Yeah, I agree, Ems. He was not in his right mind. He was not in his right mind when he wrote that letter. That's not how Rick Allen... He's a pharmacy technician, y'all. I'm sorry, Joe. It's probably a bummer. I think a lot of people did and do believe in Doug Carter. He's a believable character if you're hoping for... Well, I don't know. They're saying BG is not responsible for the crimes. They haven't really said yet fair justice, but we're going to find out. Now they're gaslighting us based on the evidence that they have, and they're switching it around to say something else. Pretty much. Bunner said the report for Libby's phone was several hundred pages. After creating the report, he told the jury he handed it off to the detectives. I wanted to get that info off that phone and into the hands of investigators, he said. Bunner said he looked through Libby's camera roll and found the bridge video. Huh? So was it Snapchat? Or was it... Maybe we can draw one that says he didn't do it. Yeah. How about Doug Carter reports Holman et al. For their crimes? I'll never do it. Okay, well, so we're told it's a Snapchat video, but it was on her phone, on her camera roll. So she must have tried, maybe she posted it to Snapchat and then saved it, but who'd she send it to on Snapchat? Okay, so if she took a Snapchat video and downloaded it onto her cell phone, presumably she would have either posted it or sent it to somebody. So did she send it to somebody? So maybe she sent it to somebody? An unknown person? Yeah. I've done this before too. You can a lot of the Snapchat camera is different than the cell phone camera. So maybe she recorded it in Snapchat and downloaded it onto her phone without sending it to somebody. I could see her doing that too. Yeah, because the news is saying that the video was a Snapchat video. Yeah, I think, Susan, that from what we're hearing reported from the video that was shown, it doesn't appear the girls were afraid. You'd have to intentionally download this from Snapchat for it to be on your camera roll. So she must have either done that or someone is getting their wires crossed here. But Bunnerson, he mentioned the camera roll was the phone's last user activity. The approximately 35-second video was taken between 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. In the video, Libby and Abby can be heard talking and conversing. Libby's mother cried upon hearing their voices. According to Russell, one of the girls was heard on video saying, "See, the trail ends here. There's no path." Yeah, it's a good point, Ems. I wish TV did report there was glitter at the crime scene. According to Russell, one of the girls was heard saying, "See, the trail ends here. There's no path, so we have to go down there." Bunner told the court he took several screenshots of the video to send detectives. State prosecutor Nick McClellan asked if in the pictures he could see a man behind Libby. No, Bunner says, in the following photos, can you? McClellan asked. Yes. What? Huh? Y'all help me. Help me out, y'all. It's after 3 p.m. We know after 3 p.m. my brain. Yeah, this is really not acceptable. Bunner told the court that he took several screenshots of the video to send to detectives. State prosecutor Nick McClellan asked if in the pictures he could see a man behind Abby. No, Bunner said. In the following photos, can you? Yes, Bunner replied. What photos? Libby's phone had data extracted at least 4 times, according to Bunner. I don't get it. Libby's phone had data extracted 4 times. The defense began their cross, going back and forth on the types of extractions and metadata collected. They asked about the longitude and latitude coordinates pulled from the bridge video, which Bunner claimed was close, but later admitted he did not look at the GPS data on the video. Huh? So he lied? Wish is either struggling or this guy is struggling. The defense began their cross by going back and forth on the types of extractions and metadata collected. They asked about the longitude and latitude coordinates pulled from bridge video, which Bunner claimed was close, but later admitted he did not look at the GPS data on the video. He told Prosecutor McClellan after the cross-examination that the GPS location on the video was in a reasonable area, but not exact because that capability was not there yet. He ended his statement by saying an iPad could have been used to find phone location if Find My Phone was turned on for both devices. Okay. I wonder what Rick has felt safe enough to disclose regarding his treatment since he's been in the jail and had a chance to speak with his attorneys privately. I don't know, Dr. NB. I know that they have all of his in-cell time on video and that some of that is going to be shown to the court. Find My iPhone depends on GPS, dumbass. Yeah, it doesn't seem as though... I know this because my AirPods are 70 miles away right now and I know the exact address. Interesting, Peggy. Ping my ass every 15 minutes. Are they shown on the video? More to be revealed, I guess. It says they said that this reporting's not great. Hey, Gritty. God. Like, seems I've walked into the revelations. Yeah. Please show the new drawing tweeted by Law Nerd Amber. Okay. Which one? The one of Gull as bridge guy? Which one? The seagull with the gaveling cape. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I didn't notice she's got a rune on her. She's got a little insignia. No, Gritty, I don't know what you mean. Did you happen to catch the strange stuff happening this morning out of Fort Wayne, Indiana with dropping of flyers? No. So that video being a Snapchat video actually is blowing my mind because exactly what if the Snapchat video was downloaded off of the story later on while they were at the park, would the GPS say the bridge where it was recorded or the park where they downloaded it? I feel it would say it would geolocate to where they downloaded it. Didn't Courtney and I try this once? I think we tried this once. I think we tried this once. Someone cloned Libby's phone for sure. Yeah, where's the photo of Abby on the bridge? Are they not going to admit that? Or I don't get this. Lawyer, just retweeted. Is DB in here now? He's probably working. Lawyer, just retweeted Corky. It's DB's boyfriend. This is pretty unbearable, y'all. Is anybody else feeling like that? Does anyone else feel like this is kind of unbearable? They downloaded the video at the park. They did leave in a vehicle with someone, of course. Yeah. This doesn't make any sense, right? Technology not advanced yet. So let's see. I bet I could see. Let's try it. I have an old Snapchat video I think I can try this with. Hey, Matt, did you hear? Have you heard the newest update, Matt Sullivan? Okay, Matt, I'm going to play you a video from Hidden True Crime, Matt. It's only a few minutes. Actually, I'll just show you Courtney's post. Don't go away, Matt. I'm going to share this Twitter post with you from Courtney. Ready, Matt? Insane reports are coming out after the infamous 43-second video was shown by the state once today. Did we all get trolled by the Indiana State Police? Guys Down the Hill is not heard anywhere in the 43-second video that the state claims is the last communication on Libby's phone. Some reporters are claiming it may have cut off at the 40-second mark, so maybe it's still there. We don't know yet. The victims were not scared. They were not even intentionally recording the man way off in the distance who cannot even be seen. You can't even see the man in the video. The only way that they were able to actually see somebody in the video is after apparently this ISP cyber person like zoomed in and enhanced and screenshotted or something. That info is probably going to come out later. The victims were playful, casually conversational, taking a quick video of Abby on the bridge. Abby can be heard saying something like, "There's no path, the trail ends, and we can go down here." You never see Bridge Guy. There seems to be no confrontation. There seems to be no confirmation that Bridge Guy closed in on them or that there was a confrontation. There is zero mention of anything that sounds like the word gun or anything ominous. The defense is pushing for answers regarding a discrepancy in the video's metadata and latitude and longitude. And this is the Hidden True Crime New Defense Diaries update. Okay. So this is the Hidden True Crime video that talks about seeing the video. Matt, if you want to watch that link that I just put in there. What's Bob have to say? Shut up, Raphael. I'm over it. Why doesn't... Here he is. Afternoon witnesses. ISP digital enhancement guy Jeremy Chapman testified and enhanced the video came in and Down the Hill sound came in. Wait. So they allowed them... Wow, Rayleigh Voorhees is on the stand, y'all. So she did allow them to show the enhanced video. ISP digital enhancement guy Jeremy Chapman testified and the enhanced video came in. Down the Hill sound came in. Eyewitness Rayleigh Voorhees testified that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15. Oh, shit. Corky. I wish Courtney would get her fucking ass in here. She's busy slinging kibble. Afternoon witnesses. ISP digital enhancement guy Jeremy Chapman testified an enhanced video came in. Down the Hill sound came in. Eyewitness Rayleigh Voorhees testified today that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. The Freedom Bridge, y'all. The Freedom Bridge. The Freedom Bridge is 20 minutes from the High Bridge because the drone video that we watched was from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. The Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge is a 20-minute walk. So Rayleigh, the man that Rayleigh saw, that she describes, was seen at the Freedom Bridge, 20-minute walk away from the Monon High Bridge. Rayleigh Voorhees is an eyewitness who said that she saw a man that she described that the state is trying to say was Bridge Guy. Except the problem with that is that the state has a video at 2:13 of the victims on the Monon High Bridge, and they're trying to say that Rick Allen is the man in that video at 2:13, but Rayleigh is putting the man they're trying to say is Rick Allen a 20-minute walk away. Did everyone hear that? 2:15 is about a 45-minute different from the PCA. Does anyone know when Rayleigh admitted? She's not admitting anything. When Rayleigh claimed to have seen? Here it is. So Rayleigh just testified on the stand that she saw a man at 2:15 by the Freedom Bridge. The three girls identified as Rayleigh Voorhees, Brianna, and Anna encountered this male near a bench east of the Freedom Bridge. The male they encountered was walking from the Freedom Bridge towards the High Bridge at 2:15, apparently, she said today. He was kind of creepy. He was wearing like blue jeans, a really light blue jacket. His hair was gray, maybe a little brown. Rayleigh Voorhees was in the group. She said hi. He just glared at them. So the man, but she recalled him being in all black. He was in a grumpy mood. He was not very tall. He was about 5'10". And Bree Wilbur, who was with Rayleigh that day, said that she saw the man just east of the Freedom Bridge at 1:26 p.m. I don't know. I think it's Rayleigh. Maybe it's Riley. I don't know. Rick Allen is a time traveler. If this is really what she just said on the stand, what does it mean? It means that nobody. Okay. So here, I don't know what it means, but here's what we know. So according to Bob Mata, eyewitness Rayleigh Voorhees just testified that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. She clocked him at 5'10". He was 5'10", right? 2:15 p.m. He's at the Freedom Bridge. Okay, so the person that the state is trying to, the person that Rayleigh saw, according to the state's PCA, the PCA to arrest Rick Allen, in this it says that he was seen at 1:26 p.m. If he was seen at 2:15 p.m. at the Freedom Bridge, if the man that Rayleigh and the other witnesses, the four girls, saw somebody, because they were all together, if the man that those girls all described differently that they saw was seen at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m., Courtney called this out in the Hold on, I'm going to see if I can make a miracle happen, but probably not. Courtney called this out, actually. Ooh, Fig Sol's going to be pissed. Figgy, if you're in here. Crime don't pay, my guy. Crime don't pay. This is a problem. Yes, this is the PCA. This is the probable cause affidavit for the arrest. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the affidavit for the search warrant. They're essentially the same, but let me pull up the actual PCA. Courtney literally called this out, and this was a huge part of why we've spent the last year getting dragged to hell by these people and their friends. Y'all feeling confident in the bullet and the confessions? So this interview, Hannah Shakespeare interviewed Rayleigh Voorhees. Courtney's going to come and explain this because I'm having a hard time doing it. Y'all are going to lose your mind.
Wait, what happened?
DB, I think Corky's going to come up and...
Okay, I got it.
Huh? No, where'd you go?
Oh, I thought you were saying, like, get the fuck out of the way.
No, I'm just freaking the fuck out. These are their witnesses for Rick, dude. These are their witnesses that say they saw Rick, or that the state says saw Rick, except they're a 20-minute, we just established that's a 9 or 20-minute walk. Either way, whether it's 9 minutes or 20 minutes on drone, up by foot, he can't be there at 2:15 and on the bridge at 2:13.
Right. And Snapchat's not a photograph.
And a Snapchat's not a photograph. Courtney's not in court today, but she's going to come on and talk about...
A fog reveal.
5'10" and 20 minutes away on foot was this guy. Adrian's freaking out too.
So what's the latest news? Like, I've been gone for like an hour.
Oh, okay. So Courtney needs 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do my best to explain in the meantime. So basically, Bob just tweeted a very short tweet that the ISP digital enhancement guy testified the enhanced video was entered into evidence and they heard the down the hill sound. Eyewitness Rayleigh Voorhees testified that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. She said he was 5 feet 10 inches tall. So the problem with Rayleigh saying that she saw this man at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 is because the man that she saw at the Freedom Bridge is also at that exact moment supposedly abducting Abby and Libby on the High Bridge.
No, just wait a goddamn second. Well, what if the video's 54 minutes fast?
It still doesn't make sense. What video? Oh, you're talking about the Hoosier
Harvest Store video.
Yeah.
You know what? I think there's something up with this case now that you say that.
You're probably right. I want to scream. Courtney is going to come on here and she feels so vindicated right now because when Fig Solves first showed Courtney a copy of Hannah Shakespeare's documentary before it was put on YouTube.
Back when they were closer friends than they are now.
She's gonna hate that you said that because they're not friends. But
That's
yes,
fine.
Back when they were much closer. So Fig Solves showed Courtney a copy of that before uploading it to YouTube. He let her like a sneak preview. And in that version that he showed Courtney, Hannah interviews Riley, whatever
the fuck.
Hannah interviews Riley, and Riley says that she saw the man around 2:15. And Courtney messages Fig and says, that doesn't make any sense. Wait a second, if Riley saw him at 2:15 at the High Bridge or at the Freedom Bridge, then he can't be on the High Bridge at 2:13 abducting the girls. And Fig said, well, I mean, blah, blah, blah. And then he just cut that part out of the documentary and he cut that part out entirely and then uploaded the documentary onto YouTube. And they got into a disagreement over that because she thought that was very suspicious and unethical and dishonest.
I mean, if that's what happened, I would have to agree with all of that.
That's 100% what happened. Mm-hmm.
So what part of the PCA is
Riley?
Voorhees?
Let me find it.
Because I was told today, there's people in chat saying that he was identified.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. So here's the PCA. This is the redacted version, but these are the 3 juveniles. This one here, where she describes 5'10", all
Yeah,
black.
all
This is Riley. So 3 juveniles walking the trail.
Wait.
What?
She said he was not bigger than 5'10".
Yeah.
That's not a quote.
Right.
So she said he was 5'10".
Today she did.
Said,
yeah.
"Oh, he's not bigger than 5'10" because she said he was 5'10".
That's literally what they do.
Yeah. And people were like, "No, that's not what it says. That's not." Y'all don't get it, huh?
They don't get it.
The bullet matches. Ballistics doesn't lie. I'm gonna pull up my Reddit history. But you know what's really funny?
What?
We knew this. We knew.
Yes.
I mean, like even back then, we knew that one day we were gonna have this information because it just doesn't fucking plan out.
Right.
It play out like this all the time.
Today, the testimony said the man was wearing a light blue jacket. I'm not sure what she said. We don't have much. Was the video edited before it was uploaded to YouTube? Yes, he clipped that part out. He took the part out where Riley says that she saw a man around 2:15. Maybe I'm getting the time wrong. Courtney's going to come up and explain it better than I can because it's not my story to tell.
She's into all that.
Yeah, and she's and she called him out for this when they were friends. Everyone who says Courtney's not like Courtney is not going to just blindly go along. She's going to call you out if you're being a shithead or you're lying or you're.
Yeah, I've been called out by her.
You've been called out by her. I've been called out by her. If you're being a shithead, she's going to call you out. She's an honest person, and she took issue with the fact that individuals were trying to. Oh my God! Nobody, nothing. That they were trying to tell a half truth, and frame Richard Allen. Fucking frame the guy. Even fucking YouTubers, loser YouTubers, were so invested in this man's guilt and so invested in a conviction that they're editing and censoring and altering content before they put it online. It's not even your content. It's Hannah Shakespeare's content.
Well, and it's like you're doing this for the state.
Right.
And then people are like, why would you misrepresent the facts for a killer? No. We're actually saying what happened for all of us.
Right.
We're representing the person, the people. Like you're cucking out for the state.
How fucking lame are
cringe,
you,
dude?
Yeah. Can you imagine cucking for the state, for the police?
They need no help.
They don't need your help, Big Solves. They don't need your help, anybody. They don't need your help. Apparently, this one does though. So
she's testifying today.
She's on the stand right now, according to Bob. And this PCA, like, why, DB? Why did
It's a ding dong PCA right there.
Think he could take this to trial? Why? What gave him that confidence?
Want to do?
This is the state's witness, Laura says. Carbon says, I wasted nearly 8 years of my life on this case.
Same.
Courtney's sending me screenshots. Should I pull them up? I'm going to let her share them. Oh my God, she drags this man.
Well, they got to call her. They got to get, because what they want to do is they don't want to ignore her and then have the defense call her and then they get to establish direct examination. They're going to try to get ahead of it no matter what.
Look, DB, you predicted this. Kira says, I've already seen one Facebook comment where someone was saying the defense must have planted a juror.
Right, yeah, exactly.
They're already gearing up for the spin if he's acquitted.
Yep, Andrea's planted.
Mm-hmm.
Lawyer Lee's planted.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what they do on redirect. Yeah, shit, dude. I can't wait for Andrews. We're only on day 3, y'all. Fuck my life. This is insane.
Is this day 3?
Yeah. Well, it's day 3. Friday was day 1. Friday was day 1.
That's what I don't understand. Why didn't Nick decline to take this week case to trial?
I think they lied to him too.
Sorry, I think he got sold, dude.
I think he got fucking. They punked that bitch.
He heard that the bullet was in a keepsake box.
1, 2, 3.
And he's like, yo, dude, a keepsake box. What the fuck?
Oh, right, because Saturday. You're right.
It's for sure day 4.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about Saturday. Y'all help. Are they going to have the 1:26 p.m. girl to testify too? I wonder what this is the 1:26 p.m. girl. This is the 1:26 p.m. girl. Look. Bree Wilbur was with Rayleigh that day. This is the group of girls. So if Bree Wilbur saw him at 1:26.
Andrea Gannot just posted a sketch.
Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
need the non-redacted version.
Let me have a see.
Do you have the non-redacted version?
Oh my God! Look at Kit Hanley's post.
Okay.
Wow. Oh wow. That is a very damning confession.
Wait. Below is a recreation. Yeah, you should probably lead with that, y'all. Where am I going? Kit Hanley?
Yeah. Twitter.
She said. I saw this already. That's what Raphael made. Were you not here when I was clowning on him?
No.
You missed me clowning on him?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have to show you the video then. I have to. I was wondering why you were so quiet. Normally you find me delightful and hilarious. Ready?
Well, there's just a bunch of people coming in.
Yeah. Ready? This is the best. Rafael Sanchez made a recreation of one of the
Who's
exhibits.
the man saying down the hill? Since he's
these documents,
do you have a guess?
Photograph them. You could not take any.
No,
pictures
I
of
don't
them.
have a guess.
You could take notes and you could draw documents. And so I was able to draw one document that was very striking to me. This document had a cover of correction from Richard Allen. It was received back on March the 5th of 2023. And this document, as you take a closer look, Allen writes, and he signs this document in which he writes, "I am ready to officially confess to killing Abby and Libby." He goes on to write, as you can see, "I hope to get the opportunity to tell the families I'm sorry." Again, this document is something I drew. Again, the image you just saw is the actual original copy that is inside the courthouse. It is one of the
right.
by the prosecution. I did share my drawing with the judge overseeing the process here at Allen County, just to make sure she knew that I knew that I was following the rules. The defense will call that confession, like the others, a false confession. The defense, when it plans to introduce.
I asked the judge permission, DB, and she told me it was okay.
Was he just talking to the fucking judge?
Yeah, you just asked. He said, "Hey, I made a drawing. You want to see my drawing?" It's like when a toddler wants to show you his poop in the toilet. That's kind of what I think of this like. No offense. That's kind of what I think of. They're really proud of it. They want you to look at it. They want you to see it. Where is Rick Allen's letter? I
guess it's up there, and it sounded like he was just saying that it didn't really seem much like a confession, just more. I mean, I wonder if Randy Jones' knee was on his neck when he wrote it, or if he was just trying to get
threatening to put it. Was he threatening to put his knee on his neck, or was his neck? Was it actually on his neck? Yeah, that's a great question. Oops, this is not
careful. All the evidence isn't in yet. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. That's what we're talking about. The evidence isn't in yet, and it's never been in.
So this is Rick Allen's normal handwriting. Look, he can write in. His writing is linear. His handwriting is good. I'd say it's better than mine. His spelling is great. So here he didn't finish the word residence, so he smushed it instead of going to the line below, right? That's fine. That's interesting because in this version, where's this recreation that is just a recreation that they want us to know is just a recreation?
Wait, did Rafael Sanchez make this one too?
We don't get to see the real one, DB. Judge Gold would rather us see a subjective recreation of the evidence than actually see the evidence. That's what Judge Gold would rather.
You know what? I will say he did put some effort into this. But yeah, this handwriting he didn't really do a good job recreating Richard Allen's handwriting.
No, this is what he said it looked like. I am ready to officially confess.
Oh, it's official.
I am ready to officially confess for. I am ready to officially confess for killing Abby and Libby. This is the writing of a man who's psychotic. I'm sorry.
3-5, they received it on 3-5.
What?
On the top right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his handwriting confession. Huh?
It's a cert report? Where did you get that from?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Cert is the special extraction or special
evidence.
Yeah, special extraction. No, it's the DOC goons, the jump out boys for DOC.
Look at all these details only the killer would know.
Dude, he is the killer, so he would know that he was going to confess the killer, and he's the killer. So
true. Here's the detail. I'm ready to confess for the crimes as charged. Honey, I'm ready to confess.
Do you remember when they said that in a filing? Nick did.
Yeah, and I laughed my ass off
to the crimes. as charged. And I thought that he just said that he said something to the girls and they were like, oh yeah, that's down the hill. That means you confessed. But this is even worse. Like, goddamn, dude. It stands for Special Emergency Response Team.
Okay.
It's those people in the green that are always gooning, holding them up.
Yeah, I don't know. Courtney just sent me these. Either her convo with Fig. I don't know the context. Okay. So Courtney had just watched the unedited version of. Is he gonna like copyright me for sharing like a convo that I'm not a party to? No, Courtney said I could. It's fine. So Courtney watches the video before it's uploaded with Riley's interview. She said, "This doesn't make any sense. What am I missing?" Riley saw a bridge guy at the Freedom Bridge shortly after taking the pic by the bench at 1:26. Is she saying the whole timeline is wrong, or is she just confusing something? I definitely can't translate. These times contradict everything in the probable cause. She's saying the teen saw him at Freedom Bridge close to 2:13, which is when he's supposed to be reported on the Monon High Bridge. This is March 4th, 2023. Oh my God! This is a day after that letter, that confession letter. That's weird. Anyway.
Interesting.
Ooh, interesting. It's almost like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, we don't.
So Courtney's like, wait a second. This doesn't make sense because in the video you just sent me, she said 2:13, but that's the exact time that he's supposed to be on the Monon High Bridge abducting the girls. And the probable cause affidavit says 1:26. So how can that be accurate? She says, this doesn't make any sense. What am I missing? According to the PCA, Riley saw a bridge guy at Freedom Bridge shortly after taking a picture of the bench at 1:26, because that's what the PCA says. Is Riley saying the whole timeline is wrong, or is she just confused? And he says, I don't know. I'll do a call later. And Courtney says, I definitely can't translate this. Those times contradict everything in the probable cause affidavit. Riley is saying...
do a call.
No. Riley is saying that the teen saw him at the Freedom Bridge close to 2:13, per the video Fig sent her, Hannah's documentary, right? What? Which is when on Monon High Bridge. Can you ask her if she believes the time in Alan's arrest probable causes are wrong or whatever? And then... What is this one? This is Courtney. This is the confrontation. I don't know what this is. Courtney can't explain it. Excuses you've made in chronological order. 1, Hannah's time and Riley's time did not line up and it would cause confusion. This is an argument we've heard before. Confusion's good. Fuck those people. You don't owe them anything. The editing and the subtitles were a pain in the ass for me, so I gave up and cut them out at the end. No reason. I was just tired of editing. 4, it was cut out intentionally per recommendations from Hannah and her attorney, and there's things I don't know about it, but this was a legal issue. Which one is it, Fig? Why do you think this doesn't paint you in a negative light all by yourself? So this is, as I'm interpreting this is Courtney confronting a lying liar lying for the state of Indiana, right? What? So Courtney called this out. Courtney called this out a day after this alleged. This is too fucking stupid. Courtney was shown that video. Fig decided to post Hannah's never before released documentary around the exact same time. Wait, but this is confusing to me because this says 3-3-3-5. We were told 3-3 at another.
That's the receive. So he must have wrote it on 3-3.
3-3. Mm-hmm.
3-3-3.
Wait, how did he write his birthday? 2-3. Oh, DOC. I thought this said DOB. Interesting. 11:47. What's scratched out here? I wonder.
Yeah, what is that? Just kidding.
A-pod. It's so weird that Randy Bitchmade Jones was made supervisor of the pod like maybe a week or two before this, you know?
Oh, so was corrections officer Sergeant Harshman.
Right.
Jerry Harshman.
He's empathetic to the family as he confesses. That's not what sociopathic murderers do.
But they tell you that this is a confession. They have a confession. Do you guys remember the hearing about this confession? Wasn't it during the 3-day hearings in August and July?
Is this the same Courtney that can get it? Yeah, she sure can. Oh, Jerry Harshman just started working there. Mm-hmm. You're rooting for true justice. I don't know. I don't have it, Jenny. I don't think Courtney. There she is. Get it? She can, and she's good with the detail. I would not want to be fact checked by Courtney. That's all I know. So just to reiterate for people who are just joining us, the probable cause affidavit used for arresting Richard Allen, the group of girls that claim they saw a man, the man that the state claims is Richard Allen, they saw him at 126 east of the Freedom Bridge, right by the Freedom Bridge, 126 by the Freedom Bridge, right? That's what the PCA says. So Rayleigh Voorhees is currently on the stand testifying in the trial of the state of Indiana versus Richard Allen. And now, Rayleigh Voorhees testified that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. The man was 5'10". That's your timeline. Your timeline's been attacked, man. So if Riley saw Bridge Guy at Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. and Abby and Libby are being abducted from the High Bridge, 20-minute walk away from Freedom Bridge at 2:13 p.m., those are not the same two men as the state would like us to believe. So who the fuck did Riley see, and who the fuck was on the bridge with the girls? Because Richard Allen, as we were told during opening, had already fucking left by 2:15.
Okay, but what if she's not done testifying yet, and then she just says, no, it was Richard Allen, though, and he was 5'10" when I seen him. Because I've been told to wait.
You've been told to wait for what? The defense to present their case?
Yeah, they said just take the state's word for it, take the government's word for it, and you'll see real soon.
Yeah.
Will the jury catch this?
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't really get to, dude, show the jury the PCA. And they're going to be like, wait, what?
The jury asked 8 questions, apparently, after they were shown that video. We just don't know what the questions were. New posts. I don't want to look at this stupid handwritten, letter again, though. Afternoon. This is so weird. You can go if you have to, DB. Bye. How in the hell did they use her shit for the search warrant in PCA? Yeah, the entire timeline was made up. All of it. Y'all feel really good about all of this so far? This is really good. So today we've learned that you can't really see a dude in the video because he's too far away. It wasn't until they brought in an expert to enhance and something. You can only see him in the screenshots taken from the video enhancement. You can't hear anything on the video because it's so far away or so distorted. Not until after the enhancement is brought in do you hear down the hill. But the bridge guy, everyone who saw the original bridge guy video in court today says that they didn't even see a guy in the video because it was it was so short, brief, and he was so far away. Hey, Hoosier, you just joining? 2:15 on the Freedom Bridge. 2:15. Yes, the jurors did ask about evidence being manipulated. Has Betsy Blair testified yet? Nope. I've been stuck in meetings all day. So here's what you missed, Hoosier. Bridge guy video, you can't actually see the guy on the bridge. You can't actually see the bridge guy in the original because it must be so far away. People that watched it were like, I didn't even see him. You can't hear him. The girls say nothing about a gun. You don't hear a gun. The girls are casually conversing. They don't seem afraid. There's not really any indication that that video was taken out of fear or out of a suspicion or anything on purpose. They just happened to catch him in the background. And what the girls say is Abby says something like the trail ends and do we go down this way or something? There's no more path. We go down this way, I guess, or something. And then they enhanced it after lunch and they showed a screenshot of BG. Apparently you could see him in the background when they enhanced it. And you could hear down the hill when they enhanced it. But nobody in the courtroom in the original version of that video could see or hear Bridge Guy in that video. That's what you missed. And then also, Riley Voorhees, key witness for the probable cause affidavit used to search Rick Allen's house and to arrest Rick Allen and throw him into the Department of Correction for 2 years, is on the stand this afternoon under oath, stating that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m., which means that the man the state wants us to believe is Rick Allen was both at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. and abducting Abby and Libby from the High Bridge at 2:13 p.m. These two bridges are a 20-minute walk away from each other. We know that because Steve Mullen, who tried to speed up and manipulate a video of a drone going from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge in 9 minutes, basically Undercross was forced to admit that that video is actually sped up twice, and that walk would take 20 minutes. So it takes 20 minutes on average, and even if you're huffing it, it's going to take more than 10 minutes to get from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. And the state would like us to believe that Rick Allen was both at the Freedom Bridge where the witnesses saw him, even though the PCA says they saw him at 1:26 p.m. This witness is on the stand saying that she saw him at 2:15 p.m. 2:15 p.m. at the Freedom Bridge and 2:13 on Libby's video at the High Bridge, if I said that right. So can we go home? Can Rick go home? The media's not going to report on any of this, so tell your friends. Tell your friends. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to R&M. I'm happy you're here. I'm sorry I'm screaming. Why would this be the state's witness? Something about this doesn't sit well with me because I know it's being brought by the state. I think they had to, because, I mean, I think they knew the defense was going to call her, so it takes 20 minutes to get from the Freedom Bridge, Bison, to the Monon High Bridge. I've walked it many times before, after they passed. I know you do, Judge Jessica. Bravo for Riley for sticking to her truth. The truth. I agree with this, 100%. Riley's our hero today. Good for her. "25 minutes, Chelsea, is what I think you mean. Yeah. It's not close. What's new today? Oh boy. I feel better now, Anna. Oh, well. I don't know. I feel like every break we learn something else crazy. Wow. Wow. So which is wrong, Nick McClelland? Is your key witness wrong? Are all your witnesses wrong? Is she wrong about his height and the time that she saw him? Is she going to be wrong under oath? Is she wrong? Or is the metadata on the phone wrong? Or are they both right and you're wrong? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You're allowed to, and you're all screaming here in Oz. Kognick, isn't that slick? He's a corrupt dick. Oh my god, Ange liked one of my tweets. I meant 15 minutes. That's okay. I knew you meant more than 5. You were basically jogging, and it took you 15 minutes to get from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. So they want us to believe that Riley saw Bridge Guy at Freedom Bridge at 2:15, and that Rick Allen was on the High Bridge abducting the girls at 2:13. So he's in 2 places at once. So he got from the High Bridge, where he's abducting the girls, went all the way to the Freedom Bridge at 2:15, and then back to finish abducting the girls. Like, I'm sure Jerry Holman can clear all this up for us. How will the trolls spin this? I don't know, but they're gonna try. So y'all stick to your guns. Be bold and steady in your convictions. This is some fuckery. This is some bullshit fuckery. And even people that think Rick's guilty know that this is some bullshit fuckery. Don't be gaslit anymore. The state of Indiana, these men have lied. They've lied. Fiend has timed out all of the walking distances. And what did you find, Fiend? I'm sick over this. Has Betsy Blair testified? Not yet, Kay. Thank God for the internet. Otherwise, this man would just go to prison for life with no media coverage. And I just want everyone to think about the people that don't have the benefit and the privilege of a high profile. It sounds bad, but a high profile case where two innocent young white girls are murdered. Think about the cases that don't have all of those factors. The cases that don't get attention, that don't have people on the internet screaming, that don't have any of the media notoriety or attention that this case has. There are people that are sitting in DOC based on probable causes weaker than this. And they're innocent too. This is why the Innocence Project and other organizations and the Marion County Conviction Integrity Unit within the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, this is why that was created. Because there are innocent people that are sitting in prison, rotting away. Right. It's bad. There are innocent people rotting away. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but whatever. Who are convicted based on nothing, based on the lies of he's wearing platforms when he committed the murders. Jerry Holman is just going to figure out another way to spin this. They're just going to fuck with some other innocent person and make them their scapegoat, like they did with everybody so far. Yep, if Libby and Abby were black, we wouldn't even be talking about this. If Rick were black, he'd probably be convicted by now. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Is that the length of the walk about the difference? 126 versus 215. It's a huge difference, Jackie. You're right. This is scary, but true. Betsy Blair better make sure her... So we need to protect people who tell the truth. We need to protect whistleblowers. We need to protect honest people. We need to defend them. We need to have their back. We need to do the opposite of what the fucking media in Indiana is doing. They're just sitting by, groveling before Judge Gold. I recreated this exhibit, Judge Gold. Can I please share this? Recreated? Fraudulent. Rafael Sanchez created an artistic rendering, a subjective, artistic, fraudulent rendering of an exhibit that's public, that should be public, that Judge Gold is hiding from the public. And she would prefer that Rafael Sanchez disseminate a fraudulent, recreated, artistic, subjective rendering of that public exhibit, disseminate that to the masses, instead of just show us the fucking exhibit, bitch. It's public. Show us the exhibit. It's public. That was actually a different judge. You're talking to me, Fee? Flora will not be... Yeah, Flora is forgotten, actually, as it relates to this case. You're right. I don't know where Rowley lives. I don't want to... You think the judge knew that there were improprieties and that's why she's been trying to suppress all the information? Yeah. I think she knows that they're going to look really bad. Don't do any bullies onto goal. Look at the second chair prosecutor. He has a lot of experience and he's training McClelland. Yeah, James Luttrell is just got his ass handed to him for literally... Has anyone been following the James Luttrell news? If you're in here, can you link your... Judge Voorhees was overseeing the evidence in Allen County. So but did he say that he asked Judge Voorhees if he could do that, or did he ask Judge Gall? He probably asked Judge Voorhees. That's even worse. Who the fuck is Judge Voorhees? Why is Judge Voorhees, who's a senior judge, so a senior judge thought that it was more... A senior judge overseeing this thought that the best idea was for a reporter with no training in, I don't know, he's not an artist. Is he a forensic sketch artist? I don't think so. He's just a dude with a pen and pencil recreating this note that Rick Allen apparently, sorry, Kristen, I'm screaming, recreating this note that Rick Allen apparently wrote the Warden about wanting to confess. And he says, I showed the judge my drawing, my recreation, and he said I could put it out. Anyone who's okay with this, fucking losers, man. This is so bad. This is so bad. Matthew Greco. Oh, just saying hi. Angie's my motivation to have a voice and stand up for myself. You should. Everybody should. Gold didn't hesitate to remove the defense for having their work product stolen from them, but isn't lifting a finger to remove James Luttrell after he intentionally after his intentional wrongdoing was found. What? Oh, Gray Hughes had put Rick sitting in his car for 10 minutes. Sharon Wright said that witness Rayleigh said that this man had dirty blonde hair and it was long enough to stick out of his hoodie. Donnie update on X. Y'all, I'm sweating. I can't do this. I can't do this for a month. Going through more media notes. Witness Riley oh wait, let me share this with you. I don't know if it's Rayleigh or Riley. I'm gonna say it wrong each time, but yep, the fucking killers are still out there. This is bullshit, Ange. Going through some notes, witness Riley Voorhees saw a man that didn't seem to be a happy person. She said in 2017 he was overdressed for such a nice day. His face was covered with a running mask. He was wearing a hat and a hood. He looked Caucasian and he was in all black. She had to be home by 2:30. Dirty blonde hair, long enough to stick out of his hoodie. She saw Bridge Guy at 2:15 p.m. From her perspective, Bridge Guy was taller. She's 5'7". So she saw Bridge Guy at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. Bridge Guy was taller than her. She's 5'7". He didn't seem happy. He was in all black with a running mask on, with a hood. She's 5'7", and she said that he's taller than her. I don't know what a running mask is. Probably like a partial winter, like ski mask, not ski mask, but like a. Did the PCA also get the all black clothing wrong too? No, I think the PCA did say that he was in all black. So, yep, here it is. Riley described the male kind of creepy. He was wearing. Oh wait, that's a different one. This is who is she with? This is one of the girls she's with. Riley advised she said hi to the male. He just glared at her. She described him as not very tall. Really? Really? Is that what she said, Tony Liggett? Is that what she said, Tony Liggett? Did she say he was not very tall? No bigger than 5'10"? Is that really what she said, Tony Liggett? Or did she actually fucking say that he was taller and she's 5'7"? Not very tall? All black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. He had his hands in his pockets. Nothing about his face mask. But it says 126. Interesting, because today on the stand, she's saying 215. Everyone is lying, except for the witnesses, it would seem. Wearing all black with blue jeans. Sure. Sounds like one of the sketches. Oops. Where did it go? Ah. Weird. The affiant didn't want to sign this. Didn't want to put his name on PCA. Hashtag page 8. Bloodlust. What's going on? Great question. Oh God. DB. Is anyone else like sweating? The electric Weircat Truther Network return of page 8. Mr. Allen, I hope that you own Delphi by the end of this. Indiana is notorious for losing lawsuits. Adrian says I wouldn't sign my name to that either. It keeps getting worse. I hope to God the FBI is investigating. Would be absolutely wild if the state also added or altered not bigger than 5'10" in the PCA when she really said the guy was about 5'10". There's a 215 conundrum. I'm curious what the lawyers will report. We know now why Judge Diener resigned. He knew that this arrest was a bad move and that their moneymaker was coming to an end. Donnie updated. Yes, this is Donnie's update. Unless there's a new Donnie update. This is the Donnie update. Is everybody anyone who's just coming in, hi, welcome, hello, I'm screaming. Does anybody have, like, is anybody not understanding what the huge glaring problem, the enormous discrepancy is with what we're learning? Hi, Heather, love you. Gallipo himself dated Rick's confession, just checked. During games and Xanax on my phone. You got this, just breathe. If I was a witness and I knew the dude I saw was not the dude on trial, I'd be making damn sure the jury knew that. I'm so proud of those witnesses. Me too. TV, don't forget to include Matt's music rules. Is anyone high? Catch me up, please. Okay, Blue Otter. So basically, I'll start with Riley. So Riley Voorhees is one of the young juvenile witnesses that Tony Liggett included in the probable cause affidavit that they used to arrest Rick Allen. So Riley in the PCA apparently says that she said hi to a male and he glared at her. She recalled him being in all black and had something covering his mouth. She said he was not very tall with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". He was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. He had his hands in his pockets. She showed investigators photographs she took while she was on the trail that day. Photographs include a photo of the Monon High Bridge at 12:43 and another one at 1:26. She advised that after she took the photo of the bench, they started walking back towards Freedom Bridge. That was when they encountered the man. Right? 1:26 is the time that the state has wanted us to believe that Riley saw this man in all black who was not very tall, according to her. Okay? Riley is on the stand today, right now, or at least she was a few minutes ago, testifying. And what she actually said was that she saw a man just before reaching the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. That is almost an entire hour later than what the state has put in the PCA that they used to arrest Rick Allen. She saw a man at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 and he was 5'10". If anyone knows what jury questions were asked today, put them in the chat because I can't find anyone reporting on that. So basically the problem is that the PCA puts this man that Riley saw at the Freedom Bridge at 1:26, almost an hour to get to the High Bridge where he allegedly abducted the girls. The reality is Riley saw the man the state wants us to believe is Rick Allen at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15 p.m. The problem with that is that the man they want us to believe is Rick Allen at the same exact time was on the Monon High Bridge allegedly abducting the girls. Those two bridges are a 20-minute walk away from each other. And we know this because in the drone video that was shown to the jury on day 1, the state has already tried to manipulate and confuse the jury because they sped that drone video up by 2. And Mullen, who was on the stand for the state, did not want to admit that. But it would take about 20 minutes to get from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. So basically, they want us to believe that Rick Allen, bridge guy, was in literally 2 places at once. That's the problem. I'm sweating. Hey, Cop Facts, good to see you. Everybody go check out Cop Facts. That warrant should not have been signed. Now it's even worse. Yeah. It's really, really, really devastating for everybody, especially the girls and the families. And Rick Allen and his family who are sitting in court today who know he's innocent. Reporters are saying that reporters state Riley Voorhees testified that the person she saw at 2:15 was 5'10", which is really interesting, again, because Tony Liggett, in his probable cause affidavit for the arrest of Richard Allen, lied. He lied. This is why they needed a Franks hearing. Judge Gull is a disgrace. If she had granted them a Franks hearing as they were entitled to, we wouldn't be here right now. At 2:15, was he going in or out of the park? I'm not sure. She just said that, I guess she saw him by the bridge at the Freedom Bridge at 2:15. So it can't be the same. It's not the same guy. It can't be the guy in the video. Judge Gollier. This sucks. Tony Liggett's a fucking liar. Heads should fucking roll. So she took a photo at the bench, but we don't know how long she hung out there. She could have taken that. So she's using that photo with the timestamp to memorialize when she saw the guy at Freedom Bridge. But maybe she hung out for a half hour or 45 minutes with her friends, you know? We don't know that. We don't know. If she's saying 2:15, Rick is apparently gone by 2:15, according to his attorneys. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of witness testimony changing. And I think that it's not changing because the witnesses have not been honest. I think it's changing because the investigators are fucking changing it to fit their narrative. Richard Allen was wearing a long blonde wig and platform boots to fit this. I'm sure that Tony Liggett is going to clear this all up for us when he gets on the stand, though. I don't believe any of the witnesses. I believe the witnesses over the state 10 days a week. The state can no longer overcome the exculpatory evidence already presented. The balance has tipped and it's impossible. We have to just keep assuming that they're going to cheat, Luke. It ain't over till it's over, Luke. They're going to cheat and lie. It seems the prosecution's getting themselves into a mess. If Riley testified that the guy was about 5'10" and she saw him at 2:15 and the state tries to say this must be Rick Allen. Yeah, and I agree. This is the Supreme Court of Indiana's fault because had they done their job and removed the corrupt, biased judge, a good judge probably would have taken corrective action. We don't have a list of any of the witnesses, unfortunately, Veronica, because the media won't fucking share it. They're going to share it. They're going to recreate. Here's the problem. So Rafael Sanchez had time to literally recreate the DOC confession or the letter that Rick wrote to the warden asking if he could please confess, pretty please. So Rafael Sanchez had time to draw and recreate that exactly, right, as he saw it, but they didn't have time to write down the names of everybody on the witness lists. Really? I find that hard to believe. So they can have pens and paper? Yeah, a shitty judge would fix this. Yeah, she's even worse than that. I really want to know what questions the jury has asked this afternoon. If anyone knows, let me know. If anyone sees a witness. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I don't believe anything that I'm told. I think the witnesses did see a man, but I don't think that Riley's claiming that she saw Bridge Guy. I think they're distorting and twisting the words of witnesses. Ems. Hit the like button for the deceased timeline, y'all. Should we play Attacking the Timeline? This is so bad. He's gonna have to change his license plate from the boss to the loss. Who's Lewis? I don't know who you are, Lewis. Tell me who you are and I'll... Thank you, DB, for the memberships. Whoever got a membership, congratulations. Not lost, he's liar. Sounds like the prosecutor drunk dialed in his warrants. Let's have a moment of silence for the timeline, y'all. There's a blackout on the media and audio. Will there be a transcript? Not till after trial, according to Judge Gull. This is crazy. I saw you acting up and getting timed out. I didn't get timed out for acting up. I got timed out for using all caps, which is a widely known no-no in the YouTube space. But I did get timed out. I was using caps lock. They were very gracious. Hey, Fiend, what's up? You didn't get a membership, Fiend. It has to be your settings. You don't have something turned on correctly. 28 memberships. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, DB. The memberships always miss me. I hate that. Steve gifted a membership last night. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. I wonder who the lucky person was. Membership for Fiend. This sounds like victim blaming. I am victim blaming. DB got a lot of good tips at Chipotle.
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge is basically taking away their defense?
Am I the only person in the world talking about attacking timeline,
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge is basically taking away their defense?
Taking away their defense.
Like, am I in crazy?
Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Talking about attacking timeline.
What's the strategy today? Winning.
Whose motherfucking hair is that?
What's the strategy today? Winning.
The consensus has been challenge the timeline of the murders. Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Slaps. This is going to be a long month. The case is falling apart. What did Andy Baldwin say on day one? Let's read Fiend's tweet. It made me fist bump. It made me like really excited. Andrew Baldwin took a full hour for his opening statement. He said that the state's investigation into Richard Allen was messed up from the beginning and that Richard Allen is truly innocent. He also told jurors that the state's case is going to fall apart before their eyes. And Fiend says, the state's case is going to fall apart before your eyes. I have no words, man. The case is getting stronger. Nick McClellan did not do a timeline. Bob modified. What evidence has been put forth that shows guilt that hasn't shown reasonable doubt? It's a good question, y'all. It's quite clear what's happening here. What's going on with the cops there? I don't know. Never ridiculed me when I asked questions if it was somehow involved. I'm glad that you feel that way, Veronica. I'm glad that I never did that. I hope that nobody would here would do that. We do get a little bit worked up sometimes, but I hope that we're at least kind. Has anyone here been to the bridge in the crime scene? Hopefully we see Judge Gold mount her broom and never come back. No wonder mainstream media feels so threatened by social media creators. It's absolutely baffling how the media professionals have jobs. They suck ass is an understatement. What's this? DB, are you wanting me to do a Nancy Grace? All by my lonesome? Okay. I think I have the intestinal fortitude. DB would like me to play a Nancy Grace. Is this going to get me clapped? I don't think so. I think I can play Nancy Grace. I apologize, y'all. Trigger warning. Trigger Warning.
Joining me from Delphi, Barbara McDonald, who hasn't missed a word of testimony. Barbara McDonald, isn't it true that when the audio is enhanced, because remember, Libby is walking along on gravel, and you can the wind is blowing.
Noise?
She's out there in the woods coming down off that trestle bridge, which is really high up. If you take a good look at it, it's up there with tree tops. It's very high up. We visited it. It's way up there. So she's walking along the gravel off this trestle bridge. If you enhance that audio, multiple ear witnesses state that you hear one of the girls saying words to the effect of, "Does he have a gun?" or "Gun? He's still there," or "Is he still there?" That's why they don't want it enhanced.
I listened to that video several times, Nancy, and I really struggled to make out what exactly was being said. In addition to the gravel and the wind that you mentioned, Abby, or rather Libby, when she's making that video, is moving her phone up and down, almost like this. And so you don't have one steady shot of the man. You definitely see at the beginning of the video that he is further behind Abby. Abby is looking down at the railroad ties. We all know it's a very treacherous bridge to cross, and you need to pay attention to where you're putting your feet. And she appears to be doing that. To me, it sounded like she was asking Libby if he's still there, if he's still behind her. And towards the end of the video, he absolutely makes up much of that ground and is much closer to her at the end of the video than he is at the beginning of that 42-second video. The video ends right after he tells them down the hill. We did hear testimony and saw pictures of a slide area where the leaves were disturbed at the south end of that bridge going down that hill. It is very steep. I have walked that area.
BB, are we doing a disinformation? Why are we showing this? So did Barbara see it today?
Myself, I went down on my butt, so you could imagine that perhaps the girls did the same thing.
Would that disturbance of the leaves, like, Barbara McDonald,
No, was Barbara in there today? Because if she was, then I'm interested in what she has to say. But how did she get back to her room to talk to Nancy? I don't know. It says 35 minutes ago. Can you show the PCA the witness from today? Yes, I can. Oops. So, oops. Oh my God. Here is the probable cause affidavit for the arrest of Rick Allen. This is the testimony of the witness that is on the stand right now. Y'all, I'm going to do really quick. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing it. Oops. People who heard the enhancement. Interesting. The tentacles. Your witnesses. You got some great mods. They make sure only participants. At least you're making money. I wish I was.
What's the strategy today? Winning. You think your client's going to get a fair trial?
Oops. I'm an ear witness specialist. That's a great point. So go let them play the altered, enhanced version. Yeah, of course she did. She was there Friday. Oop, okay.
Updating the public about this case. Will that change? Because right now, I don't think we have been able to talk with you about this case since the anniversary, which was last November.
And we haven't been able to talk to people either. So we're at a bit of a stalemate, aren't we?
Well, I'm just saying, is there
If there was new
going to be anything
information, if there was new information, you'll see me again. I promise you'll see me again. But what I'm not going to do is speculate. So if there is substantial information or information of substance that comes to this case or to this community, I assure you it will come out. And even the notion that there would be even the perception of a cover-up in regards to an investigation involving 4 little girls is not only unsubstantiated, but, ladies and gentlemen, it strikes me at the very core of who I am and the agency that I represent. I hope that one day we can tell you what we know. And I hope one day I can look into the eyes of a person that killed 4 little girls and then explain to you what we knew and when. But criticize me all you want to. I'm not going to do it today. I'm hurt that they think we haven't done anything.
The Indiana State Police Superintendent.
Our family, period.
So are you saying the mother of these girls is not talking to Indiana State Police?
We would love to sit down with the mother and talk to her. And talk about that.
Galen Rose's aunts are upset tonight, saying they met with investigators and agreed to help.
What we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is not working. Named Mike Patty and his wife Becky to me.
And appreciate that. It means a lot. Obviously, we've met and we've talked a lot, corresponded back and forth, and we've been from one side of the country to the other.
Literally.
And actually become friends. And that's a good friendship. I do like that, and I cherish it, and I appreciate that. But you're right. You owe me. You owe me something.
Yeah. Reasons that we've already talked about. And I think about them every single morning when I wake up. Because it's representative of evil. And I don't believe evil is rampant in our society. I think most people are good. But this represents evil, and the effects of his actions change the trajectory of many, many, many lives. And I take that very personally. That's probably why.
I have had this feeling. It's a very big God thing, I think. So I don't know if you've heard the story of where I was at the time, but I interviewed a searcher for this podcast who was with me. She aged at the time, so I was 17, she was 17, and her brother died in a car crash. So she was actually the secretary at the middle school in Delphi. And so I knew her pretty well, but she wasn't like my best friend. Wasn't really close with her. Went out, she got dressed. I think she was just wearing sweatpants and like Crocs or something to go out. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm like, I know this, but yeah, that was, I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. I wish I had that outlook on life.
You know.
Yeah, I need to work at that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that's where I'm going. I know I'll be with my sister, but like I don't want to die. I'm going. I know I'll be with my sister, but like I don't want to die right now. And like if I had cancer, that is not what I would be thinking. I would be like, I have to like
I'm fighting
be
this.
cured.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Me too.
Yeah,
Me
and
too.
she's just like, it's okay. Like no matter what happens.
Mr. Logan.
We haven't cleared anybody. Looks back on their life and doesn't have some regrets, probably is not being truthful. Of course we do. But one thing I can guarantee you, everything we did with a purpose. That probable cause affidavit, it changes everything. And the judge wouldn't have signed off on that probable cause if we didn't have probable cause. With more, there certainly was a lot of debate with strategy throughout this entire process. But I felt enormous responsibility, but not near the responsibility that those frontline detectives felt to support them and everything that they did, not question them, but to support them. And but to support them, that they did not question them, not question them, but to support them. And I hope that I did that. I know I did it to the best of my ability. The strategy with release, we've always realized the best way through trouble is right up the middle. So we're going to do what we always think is right. Strategy with release, want to hear, but not necessarily what people want. So we're going to do what we always think is right. Not necessarily what people want to hear, but we're going to do what we believe is right. And gosh, we look back on our whole lifetime and we have, dang, I wish I'd have done that differently, but I don't think I was doing it knowing it was wrong. So it's that's what we did.
I'm guessing expect us to really how this should be, and it should be under seal. You understand that is our job, and you would, I'm guessing, expect us to request that.
I would, and I do. You know, I think that you guys do a really good job of maintaining that stability in the middle someplace.
Yeah.
And this is rather unusual.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be forever.
Yeah.
This is very complex. And just since, less than 48 hours ago, we have over 200 new additional tips.
How do I phrase it? Early on, you released a sketch, and later you released a different sketch.
Right.
Why have the sketches changed so dramatically?
Well, investigations evolve. One of the things that I've said consistently throughout this entire process, Reg, is that remember, a sketch is not a photograph, but there'll be pieces and parts of that sketch that will make that photograph whole, you see. So if we didn't evolve with information and we didn't evolve with what we know, and parts of that sketch, if we didn't evolve with information and we didn't evolve with what we know, then shame on us. Unfortunately, we're not in a position where we can tell everybody why we switch gears. Fight anyone right now, at least publicly.
I'd like to talk about these two sketches that were released years apart by investigators. The images have caused quite a bit of speculation, also some confusion. Are there two suspects that you're looking for?
There are not. There are not. I saw some coverage tonight where I saw Becky Patty was interviewed back in 2019 when that was done, and she said tonight it was like a gut punch, and I felt that gut punch tonight because I would never ever intentionally cause that to happen.
One day.
Absolutely. I don't make promises that I can't keep, and the only promise I can make is we're going to put forth every effort and we're going to utilize every resource that's available, but we're going to catch this person or persons. We're going to catch this monster.
What? Guys. I kicked his ass.
I've always said that the two sketches are simply sketches, they're not photographs. It's a piece of an investigative puzzle. And when we're all done with this, we're going to be able to meld the two of them together. And we're going to find an individual. That's what happened.
You can see the full interview with State.
They're not, me personally, what we know and what we don't, literally from around the world. For Mike and Becky and Anna.
Early on,
if we didn't evolve with information and we didn't evolve with what we know, then shame on us. Unfortunately, we're not in a position where we can tell everybody why we switch gears, why we make a slight turn to the right or a slight turn to the left. And that's where the speculation begins, and that's where the animosity comes and the frustration. And I understand it. I do understand it. Because very selfishly, there's other than the family of Abby and Libby in that community up there, there's nobody that wants to find this monster more than me.
In December, you came out and said, you asked for the public's help and saying, anybody who's communicated with this Anthony Schatz profile on social media, please get in contact. Did Abby and Libby communicate with this profile?
I'm not going to talk about that, but I am going to say that we learned it from.
Hi. How about that? How about that, Doug Carter? Love listening to him. Love it. Has anything new come out, y'all? I didn't see any updates. I would love for Yellow to come up. Angela or SOS, what happened? SOS. Another SOS? The warden backdated that confession by 1 month. Let's show everybody how. So this confession was backdated by 1 month. Isn't that convenient? Why would they do something like that, y'all? Why would they do something like that? That seems so sad because he needed a story to be that got this guy and then lost his mind. Or perhaps because oops, here it is. Why would they backdate it to March? Maybe because they didn't want people to say, well, he was psychotic. So no, this was before he was psychotic. Oh gosh, I'm trying to catch up. Okay. How? Oops. Is Yellow still in here? Y'all see this? This is cross-examination of Warden John Gallipoux from, I believe this is from the, there she is. Hi, Yellow. This is from the, is this from July and August, or is this from, I was reading on Rafael Sanchez Parade. Hey, Miku, welcome. So, this is from the hearings, I believe, the recent hearings, Yellow. But here is, yeah, this is from July, August hearings of this year. Cross-examination by Brad Rosie. And he's asking John Gallipoux, the warden of Westville. Now, the top page is when you turned it over to Internal Affairs. Is that the chain of custody? He says, yes. He says, that one's dated April 5th. The other document that's actually a written request by Mr. Allen has a date in March. Do you believe that he did that twice? I believe that I did get more than one request. I definitely remember this one. And this one was dated March because I put the date on it myself. So Gallipoux dated that. Gallipoux dated that confession. Courtney, am I explaining that right? Please come back. Haldol is one hell of a drug. It really is. It's not fun. Have you heard of the shack? Dirty blonde hair, long hair sticking out of a hoodie. Rick has a buzz cut. Rick has a buzz cut and always has. So that's interesting. So has anybody heard anything about jury questions from today? Because we have a couple. Here's a document that we're adding to as we get them. Oh, Yellow's going to come on in 2 minutes. Yes. Thank God. This is really sad, Indy Cindy. Okay, I absolutely agree with you. Hey, Dougie. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing, right? He shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be here. Sarah Boone took the stand today. Oh, Lord. It's another crazy in very different ways, obviously. Is everyone feeling super confident about everything, right? So far, really, really feeling good, like the wheels of justice are turning, and this is by design to say, to explain the man in black, they're going to say she didn't see Bridge Guy. Yeah, but the time is still different, you know? She's saying 2:15 and the PCA says, yeah, this is really funny. I don't know if y'all saw this. I'm going to share it, even if it's not appropriate. Oh, we got Courtney. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you? What are you thinking?
Fucking hell. Can you hear me now? Sorry, I had your video still going.
I could hear you both times. I can hear you again now. Hi.
Oopsie.
How's it going? What are you thinking? How you feeling?
Oh my God. So much things. Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed that we haven't heard anything from like all the exhibits that the media has been able to see. Like they got to go look at a mother load of stuff and they're not saying anything about it because I don't think they really actually care.
Right.
And then Rafael Sanchez comes out with, I guess, the one thing he wanted to share, which was one of Rick's confessions, his handwritten letter to the warden, which
That Rafael Sanchez recreated, by the way. That wasn't even the actual one.
No, like he was just all, I guess, interested in that, recreated it. And I mean, first of all, it looks like it was written like by a first grader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
linear.
it's like 5 different handwriting fonts in one, all over the place in huge letters. I'm ready to confess to killing Libby and Abby. Well, I mean, okay, it's not exactly a confession, but all right. But then just like this is what the state is working with. These are their bombshell confessions. Like, this is what it is.
Yep.
This is why we haven't seen it, why they haven't paraded it anywhere, why they haven't didn't make any effort to blast it out during the pretrial hearings just to cause a big, storm of talk about it. Because they are not proud of it. It's weak. It's weak. It's weaker than everything else. And the warden fucking backdated it precisely by a month.
Can you explain that for everybody? Because I think that I may have explained it poorly. Let me share this really quick.
Yeah, pull that back up. So the warden's testimony from the pretrial hearings.
She clicking and clacking, y'all. She's pulling up her
Sorry.
stuff. No, you're good. That just means you're up to something good.
So earlier in that screenshot, or in the actual transcript,
yeah,
Rosie is asking him, he's like, hey, this has 2 pages. Can you identify those? And the warden says, yes, I can. He says, the first page is, he says, that's the chain of evidence. Hold on, this is why I didn't want to jump on. 4 p.m. in my house is go time. Everybody coming in.
Click.
First page is the chain of evidence. It's an evidence record to say what I did with the letters. On the first request for interview, I dated it 3/5/23. I dated it 3/5/23 at 16:47, so 4:47 p.m. Signed it and gave it over to Internal Affairs with his request. And Rosie, who we know he don't miss, he goes, yeah, I'd like to ask you about that. Now, the top page is when you turned it over to Internal Affairs. Is that the chain of custody? He says, yes. He said, that one's dated April 5th. And the other document that's actually a written request by Mr. Allen has a date in March. Do you believe he did that twice? So the chain of evidence cover sheet says April 5th. And then the handwritten letter from Rick says March 5th. And you're thinking, oh, well, did Rick write March 5th on there? No. He says, this one was dated in March because I put the date on it myself.
How?
He just wrote it on there.
Yeah. To make it, and why do you think that he would do that? To make it look like he was confessing way before?
Yeah, because
he wasn't psychotic then.
Yeah, because on April 4th, Dr. Walla notes he's, quote, this is a quote, poor, critical, deteriorating, suicidal ideation, delusions, states death would bring relief, insomnia, hopelessness. And the picture of Rick thin and the filthy clothes was taken on April 4th. April 4th is when the defense filed their emergency safekeeping modification order. On April 12th, whatever happened between April 4th and April 12th, on the 12th, he's more critical, self-harming, taking a running start in his cell, crashing his head and face into the concrete. And that's when they started giving him Haldol injections. So yeah, this really powerful confession saying, I'd like to confess, doesn't really have the same punch when it was on April 5th instead of March 5th.
Right. Yeah.
This fucker literally just hand wrote, and he admitted he dated it. Oh, I dated it myself. April
we don't
5th.
get to see that when Rafael Sanchez recreates it, because Rafael Sanchez doesn't fucking know what he's doing because he doesn't follow this case or care. He's just a puppet.
No.
And he had no context to say, oh, this is a handwritten date at the top. Who wrote this? Is it Rick's handwriting? Is it you have no fucking idea.
I clapped him.
Good. I'm glad you did.
I put the receipts in the comments.
Good.
I mean, I can't believe everything that you possibly could have gotten your eyes on in those exhibits. And this is what you were like running to get out of the room and recreate to show the public. Really?
Unbelievable.
That's it?
Of all the shit and I'm going to
hundreds of exhibits.
Right. Right.
Sad.
So this is the case that they have. They tried to murder this man. We know that he's having these religious delusions. Dougie.
And I mean, and just to back it up a little bit more, just so it's not my hallucinations, I had actually spoken a few weeks back with I don't want to just name her, she probably wouldn't appreciate that, but one of the a family member basically of one of the suicide companions who had reached out to me because she saw something I posted. And we just chit-chatted for a little bit. She was just kind of curious what I knew about her ex, and he just got out of jail, and she was just kind of concerned about him harming her again and upcoming custody issues they have with their children and all this other stuff. She's a really nice gal. But she sent me a snip of a prison, like a jail chirp, whatever they're called, like whatever they text people on in prison. And I guess she went and told one of her friends. So she showed me a screenshot of a text message she sent her friend saying, he sent me a message and said that the killer admitted to someone in his dorm that he molested them and shot them in the back. Then Internal Affairs came in to question the guy. So I looked it up and found this. And then her friend's like, whoa. Anyways, and then she told me, I sent that to my friend on April 5th. Can't even make it up.
Jesus Christ. So they're getting the end of March, beginning of April is really when it almost sounds like as soon as Rick's mental health, as soon as Rick started to experience a critical health crisis, the state noticed, other people were noticing it, and instead of getting him help and intervening, they started scheming and planning and plotting as to how they could exploit it and use it to their benefit to convict him.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Excellent.
And I mean, keep in mind the defense didn't know about any of this. So
right.
Like the suicide companions are being told stuff. The warden is receiving letters from a psychotic man. They are turning it over to Internal Affairs with the Indiana Department of Corrections to go interview these inmates and talk to them and find out information about what Rick told them. So then they can go back and relay this information to investigators that are prosecuting him. All while the defense is like clueless, isn't being told any of this. They just go to visit their client on the 4th and they're like, he looks fucked up. What happened? What happened to him? He's not okay. He's not right.
I wonder if it really was
filed that emergency safekeeping modification
on the 5th, right?
On the 4th. Yeah, 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, I think they drafted it up on the 4th after they saw him at Westville and were like, holy shit, something is really wrong here. And like, they're just completely oblivious to the fact that inmates, guards, the warden, Internal Affairs for IDOC are all working in tandem with the people prosecuting him for murder to put together confession evidence on him.
Yeah.
Well, I know it was in March because I wrote the date on it myself. And then the chain of custody paperwork, I must have given him a month later on April 5th, just coincidentally, exactly a month later. Stupid ass. He messed up. He messed up and misdated one of the papers.
Right.
I'll, give you two guesses which one.
It's really just crazy that of all the exhibits that they saw today, hundreds of exhibits, the best we've got is a recreation that Rafael Sanchez made with crayons between his toes. Like, this is so stupid. It's so stupid.
It is so stupid, but I think it probably did look exactly like what he saw.
Oh, 100%. But it's just really upsetting to me that the judge would rather a reporter with no forensic art sketch training or anything create his own subjective version of a legitimate piece of evidence that was submitted into a case file, a public document that was submitted into the public record. The judge would approve Rafael Sanchez publishing his version of it instead of just publishing the fucking public document, the public exhibit. Like, this is clown school. This is obscene. These are not real people. These are not real judges, and these are not real reporters. They're clowns. This is the dumbest shit I've ever witnessed in my life. Ever.
And then God, my head is spinning. So I've been trying to compile all these things, just like new things we're hearing each day. And then the media reporting is so chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, every single day so far, and we're in the third or fourth day here?
Mm-hmm.
But every single day, I mean, Wish TV says one thing, and then Angela with Fox 59 will completely contradict something they said. And then Indy Star will say something totally different. And then it's maddening.
Right. They're talking about glitter.
Literally, they had an article, there was glitter on the leaves. Who wrote that? Why do they deserve a seat while Andrea is out there in the cold for 5 hours at 3 a.m.?
I know. And why aren't they sharing? So, what we did when you were at the hearings, which it was not really much different. I mean, you could have the difference was, I think you could have your phone in the building, or no?
I could have it in line, and then I could take it through the x-ray machines, but then they had like a collection bucket outside the x-ray machine at the entry. And
then you could get it after you exited the courtroom?
Yes. And then before I'd walk out the doors, you couldn't have it, you couldn't be on it in the building.
Okay. So what we did at the hearings was Courtney attended the hearings in the same exact courtroom as this trial. And during breaks and lunch, Courtney would rush out, grab her phone, photograph her notes, and immediately send them off to me and DB so that we could get them out as they were to the public, immediately. And that worked really well. That was we would have, if we could do that same thing, there's little tweaks we could make, make it better. But that process was really, really helpful and a really good way to get your handwritten verbatim notes out quickly, because people
and it's not picking and choosing the flashy headlines. It's not narrative scripting. It's like, I wrote what the prosecutor said, I wrote what the defense said, I wrote what the witnesses said, and just send it over raw as it was. They're still up for the public, for anybody to read them.
So that worked really well. So why is the media not doing that? Because we know that so Max Lewis comes out, sends a picture of Angela Gannot, his notes, and she reports 3 or 4 things. So,
is that what's happening? Is that why things are getting lost in translation?
Where are these media pool notes? Because I don't want them comparing their notes and agreeing and coming to agreements on what to report, because then they're just going to agree on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They're gatekeeping and they're siloing.
These people sit in hearings for 8 hours, and you get a 5-minute news, a 5-minute read article out of it.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's insane. It's like
you're getting zero feel for the mood, the vibe. Was it tense? How did this witness react? What was the body language like? Were there any objections? what did the judge
No,
do with
none
those
of that.
objections? Like,
We're
you're not
getting
getting
nothing.
any of the color and the life that makes a trial a trial.
No, thank God for Andrea and lawyer Lee, and even Julie's been doing some good reporting out on her notes. Like,
Yeah, all the like the law tubers and stuff like that. I'm gonna even the one I shared earlier from, was it Hidden True Crime, who just like ran out to her car to make a quick like 9-minute video. But I mean, that's just like a raw, unscripted, here's what I saw, here's what I heard.
Yep.
And I appreciate that so much more than I do.
Miko says, and if you ask them for better coverage, they just yell at you or they block you.
Right.
Crazy.
Like,
It's
show me your
insanity.
notes. Like, just show me your notes.
Just show me your notes.
Together myself.
We've been asking for this motherfucking witness list, these motherfucking witness lists since jury selection day one. And they got to go look at the exhibits after that every single day for 15 minutes. So Rafael Sanchez has the time to sketch an exact replica of Richard Allen's confession, but y'all don't have time to write down the names on the fucking witness lists that we've been asking you for. Why? They're intentionally keeping that information from us.
Of course they are.
And that pisses me off because why? Why don't they want us to know who the witnesses are?
I don't know. It's all going to be public information.
Not if they can help it. This is crazy, man. Miko says nothing can undo what she did with her hubby the other day. Are you talking about Hidden True Crime? Yeah, they suck. But it was good to get an update today, though, for sure. For sure.
What happened?
He's diagnosed. Oh, they're diagnosing Rick Allen as malingering, and it's bad. It's real bad, dude. It's real bad. She's definitely
I haven't normally seen it.
She should start her own channel, is my opinion. But whatever. We can't always help our counterparts on our channel, right?
I know that's right.
I don't know, man.
Did you go through the Rayleigh Voorhees stuff already?
Yeah. You anything you want to add about that? Because it's pretty crazy. Where did I put them?
Yeah, I mean, you probably went over it. It was just that yeah, so Hannah interviewed her in February of 2019. And what's important about that is it's right before it was before the Ron Logan search warrant came out, which was the first knowledge the public had that bridge video was taken at 2:13 p.m. That was the first confirmation we've gotten of that timestamp. So nobody, Rayleigh, even Hannah, when she was interviewing her, nobody found it questionable or anything that Rayleigh was saying. Yeah, I saw him around Freedom Bridge probably between like 2:09 and 2:15. Like nobody found that to be problematic because nobody knew at that point in time that the Bridge Guy video was taken at 2:13, which makes it impossible that she saw Bridge Guy.
Right. Yeah.
But now we're finding out apparently that's documented in her statements to police. And
of course it is.
She said it today on the stand with her own mouth. Like, is that what Bob reported?
Yep.
He said she testified seeing Bridge Guy or a man or whatever at 2:15 near Freedom Bridge. What? I mean, Nick knew she was going to say that on the stand. Like, Nick knew that was her testimony, right?
Yep. I imagine.
Why?
So
why is she a state witness? Why was she in the PCA? Why was she in the PCA? Why was Betsy Blair in the PCA? Why was Sarah Carball in the PCA? Because their statements are literally exculpatory to this being Richard Allen. What the hell are they doing?
I don't know, dude.
I mean, did Nick just think he was going to be able to spin this like witnesses are very unreliable, but we know for sure they saw.
Where you go, Court? Did you mute? We lose Corky. Cork! Lost your audio, Corky. He never expected it to go to trial. I agree with this. I don't know what he expected, though. I think that he was lied to. Ah! They're doing a collusion. It's fucking Lally. Right? Cheer cutter Mike. Mm-hmm. Does everyone know where to go tonight to get Andrea Burkhart's update? She hasn't posted the link yet for her live because obviously she's a hostage to Judge Gull in the courtroom right now. But I'm going to share her channel. Everyone go subscribe and look for her update this evening. She usually goes around 7 o'clock. So she will probably do an update around 7. I'm probably going to adjourn for the day. I think that we've covered a lot. I'm exhausted. I know everybody else is too. And there's probably not much that's going to come out before the end of the day. So they're probably just about done. I think she said she's going till 5:30 or 6 every day. So y'all, please check out the links in the description. Check out the link I just shared for Andrea's update. Very important, very good. Lawyer Lee, I will also share Lawyer Lee updates are also fabulous. You're back just as I'm about to go. Any closing thoughts?
Sorry.
You're good.
My laptop died. I'm a mess. Like I've been
No.
going a mile a minute today.
I know you
It's
have.
information overload, and I should probably just ignore it all until people like Andrea and Bob and stuff go live at nighttime, because I don't even know why I bother reading it throughout the day. It just changes.
Yeah, I know. I know it. But all right, well, ready to Irish goodbye with me, and we'll all probably see each other again in Andrea or Lawyer Lee's chats.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Bye.